Hello chat, good to see you. As you can see, we are experimenting a bit with the music. I'll just put down this NCPD tune slightly lower. Yeah, this is a piece called NCPD Prowl by Marcin Przybłowicz this time around. I'm really happy to see you guys, all the faces that are repeatedly here. So I'm glad that that you're regularly showing up here. It's really nice. Yes, I see already the comment about the shirt. The shirt is actually our Maelstrom shirt, as you can see. This is probably the one that you guys recognize. It's I'm wearing it because I have done like plenty of quests with the Maelstrom itself. As you probably know, I did it with the, for the pickup and also like a visit to the Totentanz. So of course, that's one of the reasons why I'm wearing it today. Yeah, how are you guys? How are you guys feeling today? Well, there is a question if Adam is going to be here today on the stream. I don't think so, but we will see. It would be fantastic if he can visit us one day, but I don't think it's gonna be today. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, then I think I will actually switch music to something a bit more elusive. I think that this one you guys are going to like. This is do you recognize that tune? It's the yeah. Do you recognize this one? No outsider no more this time. Yes, exactly. That's the core Mikoshi. Exactly, by Paul Leonard Morgan. For those that don't know, Paul was is a member of the Cyberpunk composers team. Yeah. There's a question: are there any plans for Cyberpunk sequel? Well, I mean, the thing is, like, even if I knew all that stuff, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So, like, please, I hope you guys are aware of the fact that I cannot tell you or talk to you about the things that are, I would say, guarded by my NDA agreement. So yeah. So as you I won't be touching that kind of topics, but we can talk about like actually various different things. There's already a question: are you still actively working on Cyberpunk? Are you working on a new secret project? Interesting. I mean, if there is a new secret project, it's definitely secret. So I wouldn't know, or I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it. But I can actually tell you that I'm working on Cyberpunk, which I honestly, I think I told you already multiple times. And the ADLC confirmed. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely needed the ADLC. That sounds very fun. Exactly. Okay, guys. I think we'll be slowly moving on with the game, to be honest, because there's lots of us already here. Let me just really peek really quickly in the viewers list today. I just wanted to greet all our moderators and our Reds, as you all know, because that's already our tradition. It also allows all those new viewers that are here first time to just like catch up and understand how those streams are going. So I wanted to mention Ayano. Ayano is our UI producer. As some of you already maybe remember, Ayano is streaming Destiny 2, but also recently some other games as well. You can catch up here in my recommended streamers. Ayano is our moderator. She's here pretty much every week, helping us always. And then we have, of course, in the team of moderators, we have Sapphire, and Sapphire is my girlfriend. So yes, and she's also helping us every She's also helping us every week. Now, if you will see somebody on the chat with a diamond icon, that means that that person is from Red crew. And I already saw 2 different people. Right now you can see Chivok, exactly, who's laughing his ass off everyone what I see, and Stealth Spell. So Stealth Spell is Despina. Despina is our quest designer, and Chivok is our customer support specialist. He is really knowledgeable about all the technical things regarding the game. Yeah, and if you will see anybody else, you know, on the chat appearing with a diamond icon, that means it's a member of the Red Team crew. You can, of course, if you have questions directly to them regarding their specialty, just you can tag them directly and just ask questions. Okay then, I think, guys, that would be it for the introduction. I will be looking at the questions as always, you know, because you know, for those of you who haven't been here, this is the way how we are playing. So I'm just looking at the questions and trying to answer as much as I can. And you know, we are trying to have a conversation about the game while we are also enjoying some Cyberpunk. You can also ask me things about The Witcher. Some of you probably remember or know that I'm in Red since 10 years now, so I've been working on the Projekt RED games since The Witcher 2. So that's been quite a bit of time, and I'm a lead since 6 years now, since the first expansion of Witcher 3. Now, I have switched our view already to the one with the chat, where you can see yourself and you can say hi to YouTube. So that's why I just wanted to mention that, because every week after we are done with the stream, I'm putting all of that into the YouTube with the timestamps, where you can actually kind of in a comfortable way go back to it, check it, you know, click the links and whatnot. So that's always, I think, you know, kind of nice to you know, to catch up with the stream if you have been, you know, I would say somewhat behind. Yeah, I already see the question. There is a question repeatedly asked. There is a question repeatedly asked regarding, from Revolver Salota, by the way, in which year did CDPR decide to create Cyberpunk 2077? It's a very interesting question. I mean, like, first of all, I am a quest designer, right? I'm a lead of the quest team, so I am most likely not completely aware of all the, you know, decisions being taken on like the highest level of the company. So I really cannot tell you like exact date. I think the trailer that we have officially released was in the beginning of 2012, right? I believe that was the date. So at least, you know, internally, that was the moment when we started to work, you know, on some very early prototypes, some really small team, as I mentioned already on the streams in the past. So yeah, I suspect the decision to make the game has been taken slightly before, but unfortunately I do not really have much more information regarding the specific topic. Now I have already the game running, so let me just mute this and I will just put our volume up. And yeah, let's, because last time when what we were doing, we were trying to battle the we were going through multiple different difficult encounters, I would say. So that was the status, I think, last time when we saw. Yeah, exactly. We are here. Okay, then I see, guys. There's lots of you asking questions. I will be trying to peek on the chat as often as I can. Yeah, hello Sputnik Road, Pavel is back with some more gameplay. Yep, exactly, that's at least the plan from me. Okay, then I think we have actually cleaned up this encounter. That was the last thing that we did. So let me actually check the map now. By the way, I don't know, I'm just using the filters on our map. I have realized that a lot of players I think completely missed that you can filter the icons on the minimap, which is interesting, but it seems that that's the case. So I just wanted to point you out, you know, that you can actually do that. It's not. I remember even like players requesting that feature, asking us, "Hey, could you add this feature?" And I was like, "Wait, isn't it in the game already?" And it's just, yeah. I mean, that's why I'm just like pointing it out, right? That you can filter the icons and so on. Yeah, let me just check really quickly. Okay, yes, I have selected it. By some reason, I thought I didn't. There is a question from Alberto where I'm in the story. Where, so what we have done so far, we are, I think, playing pretty fast. So you can see those are my main jobs active right now. So the only thing that I have done pretty much from the main story is we have managed to found Evelyn. And that was the last thing we did. We talked to Judy after doing so, and that's pretty much it. And we have, that's basically it. We need to call Mr. Hands, you know, and follow up on that storyline. And then there is also, you know, Takemura already called us regarding his you know, plan, I would say. And then we also have a task to track down Hellman. So I would say we are not that far in the main story, but it's also because we are enjoying a bit of a, you know, open world and so on. By the way, I love that wet. I just love that wet street. Looks really awesome. There's a question from Dopt TF. Can you share how you write down and document quests before implementing them? I would like to follow these guidelines and design some quests myself, maybe even apply as a quest designer at some point. Huh? Really cool question. So let me answer this when I will be trying to play and not getting, you know, killed randomly. So the process that we are using right now as a quest team, you know, with writing the quest documents and so on, this is something we've been, I would say, polishing up and perfecting throughout the years. It took us quite a bit of time to actually, I would say, find out the perfect balance or model, you know, how to actually do that. So the way we do it is like you could say that the quest designs are written in a way how you would write a screenplay for a movie, with a difference of the fact that you know, the quest designs, they do not really contain dialogue. They are basically quest designs contain information written in a third-person perspective, written from third person, not third-person perspective, written from third person regarding like what should be, what should happen. What the heck? Okay, that was interesting. What players should do, what players should know at the given point. Let me park my steed here. Excellento. I arrived. Perfect. Okay then. So and basically in the quest documents we are explaining all the logic and all the flow, you know, so everything that happens in the game. And I think what's interesting is the fact that we are writing our documents from a external observer perspective, and I think it's a interesting detail, you know, that I want to, like, I would say, highlight and emphasize. The reason for that is because, like, you as a designer, when you're like writing a story and like trying to craft it in a way that you understand it fully, you as a oh, I actually went to Afterlife. This is not good. Actually, this is not what I wanted to do. Sorry guys, maybe some of you pointed out to me. That's not nice. This is not what I wanted to do at all, actually. So regarding the quest documents, you know, like what our core motivation is to make sure that we are basically explaining, you know, the whole story of the quest, the whole premise of the quest from third person, so from external observer, you know. So you're not explaining it in the way how from the first person, in a way how that would be tackled. We are actually doing it completely differently as a designers, to just make sure that actually this is probably when I wanted to go, because I was sorry, that's It's not my plan. This is my plan. Yes. So we, as a quest designers, like our most important objective, you know, when writing quest documents, is just to make sure that we have the, you know, all the story in events and everything like laid down. What? I'm controlling myself. Don't worry about it. We have everything laid out, you know, at the moment when we sit down and start implementing that. That's our always the most important, I would say, objective, the most important thing when we are designing the story. And now, another thing, when you have that document written, you know, from the external observer perspective, the important thing is also that as a designer, you are you need to as well, you know, divide, I would say, pieces in the quest into those specific elements, I would say, that you can call or like label as, you know, like, let's say, as combat or a scene and so on. So kind of like a functional, I would say, elements of the quest. You want to like basically label them and name them like this, so that you as a designer, when you're looking at that quest design document, you can easily say, okay, what is the pacing of that given sequence? What is actually happening, you know, one after another? Maybe there's too much combat, maybe there is too much, maybe there's too many scenes, you know, and you have way too much exposition and so on in your quest. So that always allows us and helps us out, you know, to basically see what is Jesus, this city looks so fucking good. it basically allows us, you know, to see what is the you know, amount of given elements that you have in the story.
Got this client.
Okay. Okay, Regina.
Got himself into some serious trouble. Needs to leave town ASAP.
Okay.
More intel attached.
There's a question: will there be a mod kit released similar to The Witcher 3? Like I cannot really talk to you too much about our future plans, unfortunately. Like even if I would love to, I just can't share too much right now. Like we are definitely like in contact with some modders, you know, regarding basically supporting the efforts of modders, because I think it's been very, I would say, encouraging and intriguing to observe, you know, what modders are doing. So that's always great to know. Okay, guys, look at that. We are supposed to help Hwangbo, or however I actually should pronounce this guy. I never knew. So basically, the merc is needed. You know what classic comedy setup where a gong gets into serious trouble and only some like misanthropic hard ass can save him? Well, let that be your guiding plot for today. The gong in question is called Hwangbo. He did some small-time work for Tiger Claws, but instead of keeping his hands down and being patient, he took a shortcut and stole from his own gang. Huh, interesting. What a not a nice person. Genius, right? Not only that, but the whole thing had his name written all over it. Okay. Hwangbo's marked for death, meaning he has to disappear. The faster the better. I already found a nomad smuggler, but someone still needs to get him from the end of the city to the other. But if he's spotted out on the street, the Tiger Claws know about it. You know what you're gonna do, right? So let's get to it. He's holed up somewhere in the Sunset Motel. Okay. Okay then. Apparently he is in the Sunset Motel. Okay, are we able to force open this? We are. Okay. Thank you guys for all the gifted subs. This is really nice that you are here. But really, like I really encourage you to just, you know, like be here and so on. Like all the subs are really greatly appreciated, and you know, I love that you want to sub, but you know, please remember that you really don't have to. I really want to make sure that, you know, you are getting like a good value from your time, you know, and we can have fun together. Did you get a haircut? No, I actually didn't get a haircut. No, I didn't get a haircut. I didn't actually. No, it's just like I suspect from your questions, my hair looks different today than last time. Well, I mean, I guess it does this, you know, in our studio, I think Miles is the only guy that can that has perfected his I would say hair game and always looks spot on. Okay. Okay, guys, do you have a hint for me where the Hwangbo is? Because this place is looking suspiciously empty so far. Upstairs, okay. I kinda remember because this is one of the places where one of my quests ends. So I kinda know this location pretty well, but I never played this gig before. Oh, I know this room very well. Actually, I know this room very well. You guys who played the game probably know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's interesting spot. Behind you, Pavel. Behind me, is the staircase down, I guess. Well, I suspect there's a delay, so... Oh yes, the hangover room. Yeah, the hangover room is interesting. Brain dance. Available titles. Oh, interesting. Okay. Body Horror 12. The first and last time Araphobia unleashed the big fat chrome body. Welcome to Hell 2. Okay. Rotten Alive, Golden Shot 4. Well, I mean, clearly they like the sequels in that... in this universe. Let me like peek actually. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I want to, yeah. Oh, Hwangbo, are you somewhere here? Okay. My friend Hwangbo is below me, I think, guys. It seems. Pavel followed the maps. Yeah, I'm following the map. Don't worry about me. I'm just enjoying. Well, I mean, I'm partially following the map, partially just enjoying the level design and just like checking, where stuff is and so on, because I didn't play this gig myself, but I know somebody who played, So it's like, it's just I just went to. Okay, the computer's off. Okay, bro. Okay. Oh, hello.
빨리 좀 하면 안 돼?
Well, that's my plan, I guess. Okay.
You Hwangbo?
그래. 근데 다들 날 치타라고
Cheetah.
불러. 내가 또 치타처럼 존나 빠르거든.
Okay. Look at that. Look at that, guys. He's called Cheetah.
How'd you get here?
야, 차 타고 왔지. 걸어왔겠냐? 이 근처에 주차해뒀어.
Let me do the driving.
There's a question from Mercavelli. If the field of view is narrow, I don't think so, actually. I think it.
Blind or deaf to you? Shut your trap if you don't want to eat lead.
Jesus. Well, okay. We'll get there in a moment. Let's check the PC. What we have here. Help. Hwangbo wrote to Regina. Oh, look at that. So we know how they contacted each other. There's a question, have I been involved a lot in preparation of WitcherCon? Just a bit, to be completely honest with you. There is already, like, I would say, a schedule where you guys can see from the quest team. There's actually Filip Weber and Błażej Augustynek, our two acting lead quest designers. So the guys that are, like, I would say, cooperating the closest with me. So they will be in some parts. I would say I've been consulted and I've been in few calls and talks about it, but that's pretty much it. It's a work really of our PR team and marketing team and just, of course, Netflix team and all that. So plenty of people involved, but of course, I'm not myself personally, involved in organizing the PR events, I would say. Okay. Oh, the porno BD. Interesting. Porno brain dance. Do you crave more? Find it all here. Firefox skin melt. Fuck yourself. Okay, that's an interesting brain dance. BTS Orgy Fest and so much more. Join now to see hottest offers. Features best of Marquise de Sade. The famous Marquise de Sade. Okay, cool. Anyway. Okay then, I think we are not maybe that interested in that, especially in that fuck yourself brain dance. It's once again it's a family friendly stream, as we already talked in the past. Rifle ammo, perfect. Exactly, it's a family friendly brain dance. So, hey Hwangbo, what's up, bro? How's life? Everything's fine? Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. Okay, let's go. Let me just check, because I think that I saw a message from Regina regarding the. Let me just quickly. Yeah, exactly. This is the okay, and we got something. Hurry up, getting a SIG. 2 cars parked off Tiger's hair, heading straight to the motel. Yeah, exactly. I saw that. I knew that it won't be that simple. Family friendly. Wanna know what you think about not family friendly? Well, I mean, I didn't do anything bad, right? So, you know. Okay, you're looking for the voice acting charts. Yes, me too, actually, have to admit the voice acted charts are best. Oh wow, Hwangbo is okay. I think Hwangbo has some special skill set. Let me just quickly, well, okay, I'll just quick save like that. Okay, There's nothing, you know, that warms up a stream more than a really good shootout, you know, guys? Isn't it? Isn't it? Tell me. Stealth grenade, exactly. Good luck. Well, I mean, I'm doing... I will be fine. I'll be fine, don't worry. Look at that, you know? Do you see this deadly precision? Yeah? What? Who are you? And what are you doing here? Okay, there's a staircase. He exploited the level design. Holy shit. No. Fuck. She is tough as hell. Okay, grab that fire. Jesus. Because I will have to stop being family friendly if you'll just be like this. Anyway, yes, okay, this is all fine. Oh, cool. Hey, bro, how's life? Okay. Yeah, can you see that, guys? This is, by the way, we are playing on hard. Oh, Hwangbo is just chilling. Hey, bro, I would just appreciate some help, like whatever. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Clearly, you know, he's clearly chilled about this whole endeavor. Okay, I guess we should go here, right? I suspect that's the best possible direction. Maybe invest in smart guns so that you don't have to aim. What do you mean? Like, I'm aiming kind of fine, right? Okay then. Yeah, kinda. I mean, you know, kinda fine is okay. Is it? I think it's fine. Hwangbo, how are you? Okay, cool. Hwangbo's coming. Let me just get this. Okay. Let's get to the car then. How are you, bro? What a nice person. Okay, Samar. Okay, Samar, no worries. Let's go. Let's get to the car. Hwangbo, pack your ass to the car. That was a close call? That was not even close, bro. Okay, he is clearly after cocaine, guys. Like, seriously, look at this. Looks.
You'd be a stain on a motel floor.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell you, like, Jesus, I don't know who put that lamp there, but it was clearly really wrong. It wasn't supposed to be there. Anyway. Do you like, guys, the music? Okay, I'll just keep the music as it is. Okay, let's go, let's drop Hwangbo, and then we'll do some other things.
Nope.
Because there's lots of jobs in the way. Okay.
So,
당연하지. 그냥 입에 착 붙는 거로.
Oh, we are supposed to wait. Are we supposed to go here?
금방 기억할 거야.
Okay, it seems so.
난 효과 좀 봤거든.
I almost missed the crossing, guys. My car broke or something. Hey, bros. I brought Hwangbo. I think my car is...
okay, we're here. Get out.
야, 잠깐만. 아, 근데 저 새끼를 믿어도 돼? 너 가면 내 콩팥 떼가고 그러는 건 아니지?
That, like, dude, like fucking cut drugs, I'll tell you this.
Not my concern.
Like, seriously. This doesn't look too good.
야, 그럼 좋아. 그럼 이건 어때? 날 다시
Out.
주면
Or I'll harvest those kidneys myself.
Oh, God.
알았어. 알았다고.
Yeah.
되잖아.
Jesus, I just hope they won't really harvest his kidneys, you know, guys? To be completely honest with you.
Flawless work, V. Hwangbo thinks your nickname should be the Mad Lioness. So
The
I guess
Mad
it's
Lioness?
closing the gig, sending you the cred.
Did you hear that, guys? I should be called the Mad Lioness, according to Regina. Jesus, this car is shit. Okay, I don't want it. That's not a nice one. I don't want to drive something like this. Anyway, another gig done. There's a comment, Pavel, in this next patch fix this ice. Yeah, I think that's something. That's something I'll point out to one or two people. So don't worry about it, guys. Okay, I see some bad people, guys. You know what happens when I see bad people, right? I try to join them. Hey guys, what's up? Everybody's having fun? Oh God! Oh God! that was not the best. I think I'm just praying Rambo right now. No. Oh God. Okay, guys, I think they don't want me. Like, honestly, I tried to join them. You know, I was nice. I said hi. You know, I just gave them my grenade. Honestly. Like, I gave them everything and they just don't like me. Like, seriously, did you see that? Like, if anybody asks questions, I have like 500 witnesses, honestly. Like, 8 HP? That was not even close. That was not even close. Come on. Surprisingly tanky. Check the grenade, guys. Do you like? Ha. Yeah. Again, they really like grenades. I knew it. I knew that they will like it. My grenade build is fucking OP. Seriously. This is, you know, some next level gameplay. Okay, I'll just read a really long question from Dr. Flexo. I really like the initial Cyberpunk release, but since CDPR are saying that there will be immense fixes and additions to the game, I held back from playing, waiting for an even better experience. I was wondering, after the last patch, what is next? Is there something coming that will add depth into gameplay or quest missions? Well, I mean, So first of all, well, there's few things. Like, I cannot, of course, tell you exactly what is coming and what we are working on, because as I talked a bit on the previous streams already, regarding like the future in the game and so on, what we are doing, I cannot share with you that because like right now we are really trying to approach it in a way that we'll talk to you at the moment when it's ready. And when we can actually show it to you, when you can, go in and conveniently download it and play it, and then you can see it, right? So this I have, I think, explained pretty well in the past in details. Now, when it comes to all the future things, I mean, we have shown you guys the roadmap, right? And the roadmap shows that there will be free DLCs and that we're all still working on the patches and so on. I know that there was an information, and then it was wildly spread, that the stability of the game is decent, and that's true. Like, I mean, in general, we've been doing lots of work to just make sure that the game is performing well. But that does not mean that we won't be fixing anything more, and the work still continues there. But I cannot really tell you right now exactly what we are doing because of the. Because we are simply not ready yet to share it with you. Now, you were asking, that you held back from playing Cyberpunk. Jesus, look at these reflections, guys. Holy shit, this shit looks good, by the way. Like, there was a question, regarding, like, should you play Cyberpunk right now or just wait a bit? I mean, I think it's the same situation as with every game, really, right? It's like, longer you wait, more patches, more fixes, sometimes free DLCs, depending of the game, because not that many, I would say, publishers and game developers are doing them. We told you guys that we are doing them, and we have, some things prepared. I don't really want to, like, how to say it, hype you up, and then like promise you things and so on, and then because then you may feel, how to say it, then you may feel that we under-delivered. I don't really want you to feel like this. I really want you to be able to, go to, GOG, or PlayStation, or your Xbox, and just, or, whatever else platform like Stadia or GeForce Now or anything else you're using, and just really like get the patch and and experience it and have fun and make sure it looks good, so just I really won't be speaking too much about what's coming, but I think the key information here is that we're still working on it. And like, I think game at this point received 10 patches. I think the 1.23 was the 10th one, I believe, but yeah, and there's more coming. What do you think about my remix would never fade away? Can I link it? Oh god. Like, Shrapness Beats, that would be best if you can actually link it under my tweet, because that will be easiest. Because, like, you can't post links here on Twitch, and I'll basically listen to it. And if it's good, if I will, like, feel that, yeah, this is something I definitely want to share it, I'll definitely, like, tweet it to all the, to just the Cyberpunk community, at least that follows me, so that I can share it. Because I honestly, personally love when players and, like, whatever, creators, artists just do anything Cyberpunk or Witcher related, really. And when I see something really intriguing or interesting or, just good looking, I always try to share it. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at this because this looks so nice, actually. Holy shit. Like I told you, that when I'm playing the game, actually I'm playing the game on way lower settings when I'm normally working. So I really never can experiences like this, and this looks insane. This looks so good. Okay, anyway, sorry. I won't be, I don't want to hear the Obama giving the medal to Obama meme again, so not gonna mention this anymore. But yes, I mean, I think the game looks kind of good. Okay, we have some gigs here, and I'll just jump in. Okay, Okay, there is a question. Wait, I'm just trying to keep up with you guys, but I'm sorry, you guys ask way too long questions and way too many of them. Please tell the kind people who run CDPR shop to stock up the V's favorite shirt in size S. Okay, no worries. I mean, I of course know the people from the shop, so why not? I can pester them about it. I actually even I think mentioned the V's favorite shirt to them anyway. So. Yeah. Besides, like, I'm one of the people that is buying like literally fucking anything from that shop. Like, you know, I have lots of different clothing, like majority of the figurines that have been released, a lot of different merch, you know, because I mean, at the end of the day, I'm also like a fan of the game. So, there's a question: would there be a new game plus available? Wow, that would be awesome. I completely agree with you, but I cannot really share anything regarding this, so I'm sorry. Like, as I said, you know, like, I won't be commenting on, you know, nothing coming in the future, okay? Because as I mentioned, I want to make sure that when we talk about it, you guys can already get it, and it's good, and you are satisfied.
So listen, Maelstrom's got this Ripper Doc.
Talk to me,
They're
Regina.
keeping her against her will, forcing her to work.
Okay.
Could you go grab her from those psychos? Her brother would be grateful. Deeds attached.
Okay. Okay, there's another bro that we are supposed to save. Hal Cantos. Mox Warehouse in Longshore North. Oof. Got a call from Hal Cantos. Guy's a known quantity in the area. Crack BD tuner. Used to work with VNS News till he got axed for fraud. His biz is strictly street now. Like it even matters. Hall's got himself in an interesting sitch. He was tuning a BD for the Mox and must have fucked up because one of the girls went off the handle after she put on the wretch, started screaming and shooting at everything that moved. Hall managed to find a place to hide, but it's only a matter of time before she gets him. You're gonna make sure that it doesn't happen. Sending you the warehouse coordinates or the household up. Again, in case you missed it, there's an active shooter in the building. Go in with your iron at the ready. Edis will reach you only if Hall makes it out alive. Oof. Guys, that's a mission. That's a mission that I like. That quest needs me, right? Are we ready? Are you guys? Sorry, not this one. Are you guys ready? Okay, let's get the client out of the building. What?
Who's a good girl?
Wait, did I start 2 separate gigs? Because right now they talk to me about Lucy. Let me just guys peek really quickly into the journal. Hippocratic Ode. I was doing this one, right? Because that's the one that we read about. Okay, let's do the auth then. And then we'll switch. Sorry. Yeah. I see it that it's nearby. Exactly. Exactly. Save the game. Yeah. I'm saving like a madman. Are you going to kill Maelstromers with Maelstrom shared? That's a really good question. Okay. Let's just have a true Maelstrom experience. I'm still in their car. Can you see it? You know, how bad I am. You know. By the way, I love this like tuned, Maelstrom version of this car. It looks fucking cool. You see it, guys? Fucking awesome. Anyhow, let's deal with them. Let's deal with them now. Looks amazing. Have you seen the recent reviews about Cyberpunk on Steam? No, actually, I haven't. Actually, I haven't. Which is interesting because, like, I'm actually fairly. Hey, bro.
And here I thought this day.
Okay, let's guys kill some Maelstromers. Let's see basically how it goes. And I'll just look at some questions. Fence is just vibing. E5. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I got this. I got this. Why? Yeah, I know. Holy shit, they are powerful.
Slice and dice, slice and dice.
I know. Okay, catch this. Catch it. That was not the plan. That was not the plan. But you know, I mean, that's just like first time, right? That's like first time. So don't worry about it. I got this. I got this. Do you think you're invulnerable when you turn your back on them? Actually, I did think like that. Yeah. Do you guys know that, you know, like it's actually interesting when you have like a children, right? And when children are like hiding and so on, they think that at the moment when they close their eyes, they become invisible. So that's kind of like that, right? I'm just, you know. Okay, let's prepare. Let's prepare. Okay, we have one attribute point and 2 perks. Okay, are we ramping up that handguns? I think so. Yeah, we just need to unless we will go into body and just like try to reduces fall damage. No, that's not what's killing me every time. Regenerate 70% health outside of combat. Well, I mean, I'm not that often outside of combat, to be completely honest. Well, increase at carrying capacity, though. That's interesting. Well, anyway, I just need more, I would say, tools of destruction. So let's go reflexes 1 up, and I'll just ramp up my handguns slightly more. Damage multiplier from pistols. Well, I mean, I love pistols. That's for sure. This is all outside of my reach at this point, at least. This I can acquire, though. How are you guys feeling about this? There's a question from Domator. Cyberpunk will still get 2 huge expansions like The Witcher 3. I mean, you know, like we didn't really talk about, you know, how many it was, you know, Cyberpunk will get and when and so on. So forgive me, but I won't be taking the bait. Okay. Forgive me, but I won't be taking the bait. Increase headshot multiplier. I mean, I'm mostly not able to shoot them in the head because of my aim, right? Oh, increase revolvers to enemies 5 meters away. Interesting. Well, I'm mostly fighting with revolvers like I'm using shotgun, right? Like the same way. So I think this is actually the most useful one for my my mad playstyle, isn't it? How are you guys feeling about this? Try quick hacking. Well, I mean, I did try quick hacking. Quick hacking is really fun, but I actually, you know, at first, you know, I thought I would be maybe quick hacking a bit more, but then, you know, I just went into the route of just shooting everybody. Okay, then let's do it. Let's do it. There is a question, can I please address the issue of us shooting and then the whole crowd disappearing? A question from R. Masson. Well, I mean, first of all, so what I can say about that topic, we know about the issue, and I unfortunately cannot tell you right now what we are planning to do with this. It's definitely something that we are very well aware of, and I can tell you that we are also not happy about it. So if you were like wondering, hey, you know, is this something that they love and this is what they really wanted to stay? Wow, guys, they are tough. Okay, then. Well, time to ramp up my game. Second dev of today. Yeah, I know. But yeah, to address the crowd topic fully, like this is something that we're definitely not, you know, happy about regarding like the way how it looks like, and something that we would want to address. But that's as much as I could tell you, like right now at this very moment. Okay. I assure you that at the moment when we will be able to, you know, when I will be able to talk to you about that topic, I definitely will, okay?
Buckle up. Let's do this.
I hope that that's enough for now, what I can tell you. Guys, it's working. Now it's working.
Slice and dice. Slice and jump.
They have no chance. They have no chance. Do you see it? OP grenades, yep, exactly. Jesus, this looks like a cemetery here. Holy shit. Holy shit, I need to escape. I'm turning my back to turning my back to them to make sure that they cannot shoot me. Okay then. Can I peek through the window? Hello? Hello? Is there anybody? Anybody's home. 10 out of 10, thank you. Excellent. That was yes. That was my intention. I don't like the cameras though. Yes, let me just grab some of that sweet loot lying here around. There's a question, would you like to, could you tell me how to become one of the writers in game industry? I'm passionate about storytelling and writing. My goal is to write scripts for games like Cyberpunk. Please let me know what you think about that. I mean, I think it's a very great ambition to have, and like, in my opinion, is a really awesome job to have. Now, how to become a writer in games industry? Well, I would say simplest and I would say most effective way is definitely to start writing. And what you can do actually is to, at first, definitely look into writing short stories, look into writing books, look into writing articles, just anything that makes you be in close contact with a language all the time is something that will help you definitely quite a lot. So I definitely encourage you to do that. And so that's like a step number one, because a lot of people think that being a writer in games industry is somewhat different than being a writer just in general, you know? And of course, you know, you need to have, when you're writing for magazines or for a newspaper, or when you're writing books or short stories or comic books or movies even, all of it has its specifics, right? And it's like undoubtable that that's the case. However, what's important is the fact that a lot of the skills that you need to employ, that you need to possess as a writer, you can actually is fairly universal. You actually can get lots of those skills. Just training, and they're universal for all kinds of writing jobs, I would say. Now, going this route is actually a bit more, it makes a bit more sense, and the reason for that is because I would say as a writer in general, you will be able to, like, let's say, find different jobs as a writer, and then you can just employ your talent, train it at the to wait for the moment when you're absolutely ready, you know, to switch and start really, start really working on the narratives for games. Now, jobs actually in writing in the gaming industry are not really that rare. If you peek into like lots of different, I would say, websites where you have different teams working on games, you will see that a lot of them is looking for writers or narrative designers. Now, so I think this is the most important step that you need to take. First, start writing, or really anything. If you can start writing articles, you can start writing, short stories, comic books, whatever really works for you. You can even write just for your, just to put it to the dresser, to your wardrobe, and not to show it to anybody for now. Just to start training. This is the most important step. And then when you have that, literally look for jobs in gaming when you already have some published unpublished articles. And, you know, like I very often speak about the fact that when you're looking for a job as a writer or even quest designer, having some published works is really the most effective and the best way. And sure, you can be, for instance, doing, reviews of books, of comic books, and so on. This is something that I was doing in the very early stages of my career. I started actually learning, you know, how to write things actually from my studies, from studying psychology at the beginning, and then, you know, not psychology but journalism. Sorry, and then, you know, like throughout that, I actually learned, okay, that I'm actually really interested in psychology. So I finished that one, master degree, and then I finished the second one. But the second degree was needed for me for knowledge mostly, and this is the last probably tip that I would want to give you, just really briefly, is the fact that as a writer, one of the important things that you have to have is to have lots of, I would say, interesting thoughts to share, and to have really a lot of interesting thoughts to share with like people that surround you and so on, because when you're writing, when you're creating characters, when you're creating stories, your primary objective or primary thing that you want to do, you want to have lots of interesting thoughts that you want to share or ideas. And, you know, that whole thing comes from training, and a lot of it you can actually expand following on studies, let's say studying psychology, let's say, but we have a lot of, let's say, philosophers or archaeologists or just people who did the language studies to become writers. So I think that is the I would say closest and simplest advice I can give you. And honestly, I don't even think that getting a job in gaming industry is that difficult anymore. You know, it's so much easier nowadays than it was ever before, because there's so many teams, and you can also like work remotely if you are, let's say, based in UK or US or I don't know, Romania, let's say. You can work for any other company on another part of the globe. Honestly, at this point, even during COVID, which is actually, I think, very convenient for people who are starting. So there's so many possibilities for you. So honestly, I kind of envy you for to start right now, because it's so much, I would say, easier and so many more possibilities than ever before. And I think right now also, like, our industry appreciates writers way more than in the past. You know, I think that's the situation right now. Hey Pavel, hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you have a wonderful evening too. Thank you. Okay guys, let's check these emails though. Bear T. Thackeray wrote to Arnie Everseen. Hey Arnie, please I beg you, let my sister go. Oh God. We agreed Lucy would work for you 3 months, but that time's come and gone. This isn't fair, you broke the deal. Still, I'd be willing to add a little sweetener for you to let her go by now. Please, Arnie, she's my sister. And then the response is, Bertie, how nice to hear from you. Here I thought you forgot about us. Funny you should mention the deal, cause I think it's you who fucking broke it. We strap you chrome. We should our Maelstrom brothers and sisters. We support our Maelstrom brothers and sisters, and you stay with us to drop your pathetic waste of an existence, add meaning to your worthless life. But you rejected us like a shoddy implant. We have feelings too, Bertie. You broke our hearts. As for little Sis, she likes it here with us. In fact, care about what she wants so much. I texted her to make sure. Heard what she had to say. Hey bro, life's real good here. I'd rather stay with your Nova ass chooms that run away with some coward cunt like you. Bye. Her words, not mine. My hands are tied, man. It's her decision, dude. You get it? I can't just kick her out. Do her dirty like that. So anyways, bye. Okay. Very interesting, I have to say. Okay, and then Arnie wrote to John, those skullfucks tried to cheat us, but we reminded them who we are. Should be a lesson to the rest of them in the city. Does mean though that tensions are gonna be tight for a while. Don't want anyone to catch a bullet cause of this. By the way, can you believe they tried to push dirty chrome on me? Me? Christ, like selling sand to a nomad. Okay. Interesting. I really like the way how the how some of the gigs are actually using the background stories like this, built in those computers and so on, because it just allows you to kind of like get the whole background and so on of a situation and understand what the whole thing is about. So I really dig that. Okay then. It's impressive how natural and casual emails and text sound. So many games get this wrong. Yeah, good point. I mean, I think it just speaks volumes about basically just the talent of our writers. I think they really did a fantastic job on this, and it's honestly so difficult to just write really good like emails and texts and so on. It's not easy at all. Guys, you have a leakage in your toilet. Come on, Jesus. By the way, it's a very spacious toilet, guys. It's a very spacious toilet. Look at this. How much space they have. And I think, is this to like change the baby? The diapers and stuff. Very interesting design of a toilet, I have to admit. Okay. But that doesn't look good to me, to be honest. That leakage. Interesting. I mean, okay. Well, anyway, let's finish talking about the design of the toilet, but I'm just amazed. This is a very spacious toilet, guys. Very spacious. Very spacious. Very nice toilet. Very nice toilet. Okay, then. Let's move on. Moldy bathroom. Yeah, exactly. Okay, then. Let's move on through this gig. Enough place to put a second or a third toilet for a conference talk? Yeah, absolutely. Pablo's asking how's the weather for me. I mean, the weather has been not too good because it was raining as hell recently. So yes, that's but yeah, thank you for the question. Cyberpunk, I believe, is going to be extremely big, maybe bigger than The Witcher franchise. I mean, look how big California is in the real life, and even going to Arizona DLC. I mean, I'm not really sure if this is a question or if this is more like what you would wish to see later in the game and so on. But I think, this is a very intriguing pipe, guys. And it says it's an explosive. I think this was more about, I guess, what you would want to see in the future in the game. Believe me, I would love to see a lot more in the game in the future. But again, I'm speaking here more even as a player than as a dev at this point. This place is really interesting. I've never been in this location, guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think, guys, we have the culprit. That's the toilet. Come on, guys. You're so bad. Like, Maelstromers are really bad in plumbing. Like, seriously. This shit is terrible. Terrible. Also, there's something in the fridge. Okay, anyway. Clearly, Maelstromers are not too good in plumbing. That's, like, confirmed. I think it's an official P part of the lore nowadays. Okay, that is atrocious. Such badly done plumbing, guys. Where's Juby? I think Juby's chilling home at this point. Juby's chilling home while we are experiencing the beauty of Night City and trying to... what is going on? That's much better. Okay, guys, let's move forward and let's check it out. Interesting. Maelstrom Plumbing DLC confirmed. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly That's exactly the case. There's a question, why can we refuse phone calls? It would be better get a pop-up in the corner which can be ignored, and you should also be able to get in while driving. Very good point. Actually, we had like lots of different conversations in the team and in general in the studio regarding, you know, how the phone calls should be handled. Because, you know, as you probably can understand, like in The Witcher, we didn't really have phone calls before, so we couldn't really, how to say it, we also didn't have like a big enough polygon to really like test all the, you know, all the ideas and so on, and basically see, you know, what works good, what doesn't. And again, like we are also seeing that there's lots of like space for improvement when it comes to the when it comes to the phone calls, you know, how they are handled, how we respond to them, and so on, you know. So I find your comment very accurate. That's something also that in the quest team specifically we have been talking quite a bit about. So yeah, I guess this is as much as I can share at this point. Like in the patches that we have already released, we have addressed actually the phone calls multiple times. It just this change has been more on the systemic side, so it's been a bit more invisible. I would say it wasn't, I would say, rejecting the calls itself, but the I would say the token system that is guarding internal logic of basically when the calls are given to the player and so on has been greatly improved, you know, in the patches that you guys already received. And I think that the calls are right now, in comparison to the release, happening in much better places. They're also like, I think, way more intuitive, but this is far from ideal, at least in my understanding. Like, I feel that probably like the best possible version would be a version when you actually can reject them and so on. But that's, as you can
I'm not part of the gang.
expect, like way more complex. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, Lucy, what the hell are you doing? Lucy Thackeray. Okay, guys, I need your help. You're a stylish boy, Pavo. Okay, thank you. Svental Poppies. You're probably stylish too. Live him. Save poor bastard Pavo. Okay. I know I'm here to get you out.
I know. You're Lucy Thackeray.
Text blacked out again. Piece of shit.
Oh shit.
And you are?
V. Your brother sent me to get you out of here.
Birdie? Okay. Okay, just a moment.
What's with him?
What's with him? Any second now, more of those Borg freaks could show.
We shot him. Almost got him sorted out, but the bleeding started again.
Oh, she's such a nice person, right? Kill him in the hair. Jesus. Guys, you're savage. Honestly, you're worse than me.
Look,
We don't have time for this.
The tech they've got in here belongs in a scrapyard.
We got a Delta, now.
Since you're still here, run a scan on him.
Okay.
You can't be serious.
Jesus, I see your implants. Scan him.
Pressure's falling. Same with temperature.
This is such a cool, such a cool gig.
Try to stem the bleeding. You, give him a unit of synth blood.
Okay, do I have a synth
Come
blood?
on, it's on the table. First
Oh.
from the left.
First on the left, where? Where's the synth? Oh yeah, here's, okay. Jesus. Take it. I'm a nice person. Let's help him.
Just not in my hand. Okay, gotta wait a bit before it closes up.
Okay, why are you helping
doing
him?
this?
I'm a doctor.
He probably killed more people than you'll ever save.
This is an operation, not a court hearing. All right, crisis averted. Looks like. Rest he'll just have to sleep off.
This is really cool.
Now we can go.
I like that, guys. You know, that was like an unexpected moment for me, that I could actually like come over here and just like check it out. Slender gains a corporate rep, illegal obtaining human remains, battery of an NCPD officer, debt evasion. Okay, just a nice person. Nothing bad. He hasn't done anything bad. Okay, well, just leaving him. Okay, Lucy, let's go. Let's go, Lucy. Are you coming? Okay, I guess you are. Let me check. Oh, 75 years of cyber. Okay, I know that. His own tomb, shoot it. Nope. Depth invasion. Kill it. No. Why am I supposed to kill this poor person? Guys, you were so savage. Such a mad list. Okay, here's the list. Alliginate bandage with silver iron compound, hydrogel wound sealant, oxyboost, those 150 whiffs inhalers, those vitamins from the last time 200 times, aspirators, one those extra screens, anesthesia, something strong for migraines for me. Feels like my head's going to explode. Whatever you have, even just 300 dops, I'll take. Patient records. Jonathan Schoman, as Zioman, knife blade broken and wedged into left humerus. Arm could not be saved. Replaced with cybernetic limb. Tariq Clerk, 3 lacerations to left forearm flexors. Deep puncture wound savior. Jesus, she is doing some heavy shit here. Alicia Hallim, broken ribs. George Triosel. God damn it! Like those English terms are so difficult to learn, but to read. But I got it. Like you are doing here some God's work and helping those poor maelstromers that I just killed so many of. Such a nice person. Okay then, good. Come on, Lucy. Let's go. Let's go. I'm a man on a mission. I'm gonna help you. Revolver Salot, a really long question. We'll read that one out and can keep on playing. I would like to ask about the promises that were supposed to increase the hype before the premiere. A full living city, life paths that determine your future. Sometimes not all promises are fulfilled. People complain about the lack of them instead of looking at the pros and cons of the game. Do you think such a promotion based on great promises is good? I would really love to be able to give you like a, how to say it, more educated opinion about the topic. But I mean, as I mentioned, I'm not really a PR guy, right? So it's for me kind of difficult, I would say, to judge, you know, what is the best way, because, you know, I'm the guy who's making the game. Not, you know, like I would say, how to say it, crafting our PR strategy and whatnot. So I honestly don't know. Like, you know, it's just like one thing that I know is like, and I just wanted to mention this because I think it's important in general to talk about it. Is like, guys, when you're working in a big team and so on, when there is a lot of people with different like. With different specialities and so on, it's really important that you have this mutual trust between disciplines, right? Okay, yeah, get in. Oh, okay, she's running. It's very important that there is mutual, I would say, respect and trust between different disciplines. So what's important here is the fact that me as a quest designer, I am basically trusting in, you know, the decisions of our PR team, marketing team, and whoever else has been making that decisions. And I think it's important to highlight because, like, you know, it's not that our, I would say, PR or marketing, you know, department is coming to me and telling me, you know, how quests should be built for the game, right? They're not. And that's why I do not really feel that I'm qualified to come to them and tell them how they should, you know, what should be better, or you know, regarding, I would say, the marketing of the game and so on. And I think it's really important, you know, for us all to understand, you know, that if you're like in a big team and so on, when there's like so many different like specialities working together, you just need to have trust for each other. And sure, like even when somebody fails, you know, somebody under delivers and so on, you still have to have this trust in another person and on another members in your team, because otherwise you cannot really perform well. You know, you cannot really like work with, like, I would say, this open, free mindset and trying to approach the world and see what the world has to like can give you, what the world can offer, right? Like living in fear that somebody else will screw up or somebody else will do something wrong I think it's just a wrong way to live in general. And forgive me that I went into this philosophic discussion right now, but what I wanted to say is just like, I think it's not for me to judge, you know, honestly. Like, if you would ask me about the quest design, I can talk to you about this, and the story design and so on. But when it comes to the pure marketing decisions, I suspect that people that make this decision have, you know, years more of experience and knowledge on that field than me. So I'm just, you know, I'm willing to give them my trust and just like show them that, okay, you know, guys, I can give you my opinion. I would say I'm talking right now like in a real scenario in work, right? When we are like working together and so on, I can basically offer, hey, you know, I can discuss things with our PR team or marketing and so on, offer what I think, but at the end of the day, it's their decision, and I'm going to trust them, right? So I'm sorry that this answer hasn't been maybe that clear and like probably as you would expect or want, but I think that's, I would say, the most fair answer I can give you. This GPS is actually misleading me slightly, I have to admit, because it was showing me to go up there, but right now it's suddenly changed. By the way, I really like motorcycle in our game. Also that because I can do this. Ah, okay, here's the entrance. Okay. Ah, right. So this is this Mock's warehouse. Right. Okay. We were reading about that. Okay, guys. Let's save the game. I will actually make a save like this, and I'll just peek at the questions. How are phone calls rendered? Is half a model spawned in the top left? Well, sort of, kind of. It's a bit more, I would say, specific. Basically, there's like a separate plane, I would say, created, you know, where that characters who are for the phone calls being taken, they are basically created. They're spawned there with the highest LOD, so basically just with basically just I would say all the textures loaded and all that on the characters. So it's basically the whole system, the streaming is pretending that that character is close because it's basically in a phone call window, and that picture basically is taken by the camera, by the virtual camera, and feed into your camera, right? Because what I'm seeing right now is a camera, right? My virtual camera, and what the phone call is, it's basically feeding that stream from that separate plane where that character is who is having a phone call. And on top of that, you have lots of different post processes and so on to just make it look like this. Okay. What's your opinion on the Cyberpunk chair you have? I like it, you know. It's a really, really solid, good-looking chair. Okay. It's kind of comfortable, I have to say. I know that people who have like bigger ass than me have been saying to use, because this model has two sizes, and I have the smaller one. But people who are in generally like taller and bigger than me were saying that the bigger model is actually a bit more comfortable for them. Apparently, even for smaller people, it's more comfortable. I don't know. I have because you know I'm having the smallest version of this chair, and yeah, it is awesome. And you know, I'm a Cyberpunk and Witcher fanboy, so that's why I decided to get the chair for myself. You know. Okay, somebody blasted this poor bastard. You can see here a great piece of narrative of environmental storytelling, by the way, right? Somebody blasted him here. Okay, that's a lot of money that somebody left. Interesting. There is a question from Revolver Ocelota. I have seen opinions that sexual orientation in the world of Cyberpunk should not exist because in the future everything is fluid. You can easily change the appearance of the body. What do you think about that? Really, really awesome question. I just don't really know if I'm fully qualified to answer this. Like, I think one thing that I can tell you is, like, I would say that history teaches us that history teaches us that even when I would say society in general is making a progress, there are still people and I would say groups who prefer, I would say, more conservative approach. So looking just at and not even thinking here about my opinion, just looking at the history and the evidence of the humankind, is that that would be partially true, I believe, because like you would still have groups of people that would prefer very traditional division of the sexual roles, I would say, and probably in time that division would be, I would say, and probably in time the fluidity would be way more, I would say, vastly accepted, broadly accepted by a majority of the society. Okay, somebody was screaming, but that does not mean that the I would say more conservative approach would completely stop to exist. But that's, I think, as much as I can give you right now. I would have to think a bit about that question. Like, I find it a bit unlikely that in Cyberpunk world completely the hey Roach, what's up? Okay. I find it a bit unlikely that in Cyberpunk world it would have completely changed to that extent. However, I think what would have happened, thinking logically, is the boundaries would have been moved way more. Way further than, of course, what we are used right now, and I think this is basically what we attempted at least to present in Cyberpunk in general. And like look at the game, right? Because please remember that Cyberpunk is not a science fiction game, right? It's a game that it's a retro futurism, right? So it's a bit different genre, right? It's a genre where you take what was in the past and try to extrapolate with it, but you do not try to simulate what the future is gonna be, and you're not really trying to guess, right? And because of that, I find Cyberpunk so much more interesting because of it, because that gives this interpretation frame for everything that we are doing that is a bit more, I would say, artistic. Like, we are not really trying to guess, predict what's gonna happen. We are more commenting of what would happen if certain things would happen, right? Like, let's say the corporations and so on. The way I'm just speaking right now about the influence that the corporations have in our lives. Okay, guys, can I save? I can. I think we need to have a talk. Anna Nox is just a fucking badass. Hey, Anna. God damn it. I didn't know that you're here. This is awesome. I'm just missing the combat music. Where I am? Well, I mean, I'm dead, clearly. Yeah. So, how's the weather, guys? I will just ramp up my game. Let us check if we have any. Oh, actually, didn't I? Wait. Of course, because I got killed. Right. Yes. Not here. Handguns. Right. That was the one that we wanted to have. Okay, then. Now I feel much more powerful. Anyway, let's just try to encounter her. I think it's gonna be fine now. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
I'm a fucker.
She is a badass, I have to admit. Wow, okay. That's really... This person is very angry. No, I'm not looking at you, so I should be invincible. Come on. This is absolutely not the way it should go. Okay, guys, but I'm close. I think I have beaten her. Anna is just... Anna is badass. use your sword and parry. I do not think I have a sword. I think what is actually the best approach that I could take? I think the lazy is actually, yeah, lazy is definitely the one that I want to use. Lazy is definitely the one that I want to use. I'm sorry. But guys, range of that grenade explosion. Okay, range of the grenade explosion. That was unexpected. Anyway, let me just engage. Okay. Anyway, dude, no, I'm not quitting to fuck around. Huh? Jesus. Okay. Where are you, Anna? Where are you? What the fuck? She climbed there. Hey girl, you're crazy. What are you doing? Have a grenade. Check my grenade, really. No, but really, it's a really good grenade. Jesus Christ. Anna is crazy person. You know, I told you to stop doing this. Okay. Oof. Slow motor in Omaha. Interesting. Okay. You know, guys, that wasn't that difficult. I think. I mean, kind of. You know, it was. Yeah, check my grenades more. Do you guys think that there's something in a container, though? By the way, it's just like this whole brands. Actually, I see that CMAR6565 redeemed the behind-the-scenes story, so I'll basically tell you guys behind-the-scenes story about like how the brands have been created. Oh, hey Tyler McVicker, good to see you here on the stream, guys. So I will tell you about the background, like story about how we have created the brands for Cyberpunk, because I see that the CMAR has redeemed the points about this. So guys, actually the brands have been something that we've been working on together, you know, between like character art, concept art, and quest team for literally since like the very beginning of Cyberpunk, and it's been such an incredibly long process to go over all the brands that you can imagine in the game needed. So let's say, okay, you need food, right? Like just an example, right? Just in this example, like I'm going to all the you know, all the foods and so on. You can see that all of those brands and so on, each of those objects has been designed carefully, separately by our studio. Basically, we've been like one by one going over all the drinks, all the snacks, you know, all the alcohols, waters, wines, all kinds of things like that, even pizza, you know, and just basically like making sure that both the products are created are interesting, but also the brands that they have, there's their own, you know, characteristic. And I would say that they are following also the Cyberpunk sort of a philosophy of the game, and that's something that we started super early. Like, I mean, super early being like just after you know, finishing Witcher 2 and Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. So basically second expansion for Witcher 3. Just after we did that, we basically switched to this, and I was fortunate enough to as a member of the quest team, you know, have some say in how those brands are created. Basically the designers in my team, primarily it was Alex Boire and Patrick Mills. Those two have been working a lot on basically brands and so on, to make sure that we have brands coming from different I would say parts of the world, to that we have brands coming in from from different nationalities and so on. Because for instance here, right, you have just a still water, right, and we wanted to suggest, okay, this is something coming from Scandinavian countries, while when you look at some other things, like for instance moonshine or like Nicola Blue and so on, and the way how the whole brand is created, we also wanted to give those brands a flair connected to certain parts of the world. Like for instance, the Nicola has this vibe of being more of a, like, I'd say this the drawing is like suggesting it's like a Japanese Korean type of a product, and there's just much more going on. And the brands, actually what's crazy is that the brands not only have their own advertisements, they don't only have their own logos, they also have, like, regarding guns, like just really quickly, right, you can see here all those guns and so on, they're all branded, they're all following a certain I would say philosophy of creation, how they were made, because we were asking ourselves the question, okay, what is actually a philosophy of the given weapon manufacturer, like how do they make them? And some weapons are like casted out of just pure steel, some of them are like smart weapons and so on. So it really depends of I would say the branch of certain arms manufacturer, what they wanted to achieve in their brand and so on, and also like all the names and so on, everything is connected with it. Okay, let's find Hall, Cantos. I think the Hall is the poor guy in that container, right, that we were just watching. It's actually funny that we were fighting with Anna. By the way, Anna was just a badass. We were finding Anna, and she just climbed up that container to just get to me. Oh, and I see Miles. Hey, Miles, good to see you. Amazing that you decided to show up. Miles is our level designer in the team. In the quest team, and Miles is also streaming. Actually, I think Miles, it's every Wednesday, I believe. Like you can check out Miles on my recommended streamers. I think like last time when I was checking Miles was playing a bit of the Bloodborne, then there was also like a bit of Mass Effect and so on. So yes, it's Wednesday. Okay, yeah, exactly. So, and of course, Ayano's also streaming, but this I already mentioned to you. You deal with her? Not yet. It's safe to come out. Okay.
Sure did. You can come out now.
Okay, Hall.
When you open your eyes in the morning and think, this is gonna be a shitty day, and nothing will go the way it should?
Really?
This was one of those days.
Cool.
Wished I just stayed in bed.
Yeah, well, Hall, that's each of us has days like that. Why did Grail go crazy? Let's check.
Why do people get cyberpsychosis? Who the fuck knows? Nobody's too keen on finding out.
Okay, well, I mean, we know Regina is trying to find out, right?
Well, that's my job done then. Till next time.
Next time? I fucking hope not.
Okay. Okay, Hall. Yeah, a really cozy place here, by the way. Okay then, just looking around if there's any valuable loot that we could take. Oh, Regina's always well informed.
Nicely done.
Nicely
Kyle's
done.
very
Thanks,
happy.
Regina.
Talks about you non-stop. Good things, of course. And remember, V, word gets around. Closing the gig.
Okay, thanks, Regina. I mean, I'm not really sure if Hall was that happy about me, but okay, I mean, I take your word for it. He must have, like, sent her really fast some SMS, praising me. I'm just looking, guys, if there's any valuable loot here. Be bad, do bad, feel fucking good. Just, by the way, one of the examples of our ads, right? One of the examples of the things that we have we have worked on, right? Chromanticore. Yeah, that was a lot of work, guys. Like, I think it's just probably hard to imagine how actually hard it is. Well, maybe not hard, but how long it takes to actually create so many different brands. with actually like compelling, you know, and think it through, you know, have actually an idea. This is really interesting piece of environmental storytelling. I love that. You know, somebody peed in a door, excellent, you know, here's a mop. How do you guys rate this toilet though? Is it better than the last one? I mean, well, this one does not leak. I mean, maybe it's not the cleanest, but you know, I guess it's better than the leaking one. How do you, 1 out of 10? Come on, it cannot be that bad. I mean, well, okay, it's not that good though, but you know. Yeah, I mean, the toilet's nice. Anyway, I was just telling you about the brands. You can here have a Rite, for instance, right? Another piece of, you know, another piece of the brand. In this case, it's simply a club, right, that we have created. And of course, you know, you probably have visited Rite yourself. Okay, then, I think I'll be leaving. Another piece of environmental storytelling, by the way. The guy slaughtered and so on. There's a question, how does it feel to play your own quest? I mean, it feels kind of cool. The only part that doesn't feel good, like with you guys, of course, you know, when I have an audience, you know, who's watching with me, the only part that doesn't feel that good is the fact that, you know, if there's any issue, like any bug or like any unexpected, you know, thing that happen, oh, dude, go fucking home. Seriously, man. Well, okay, I hope you're calling them. Okay. Okay.
Listen, you're not gonna believe what happened. I was at the Mox's, you know, splicing something together.
Okay, dude, that's all cool and dandy, but go the fuck out from here. Okay, well, at least he's calling somebody. So, you know, playing your own quest is amazing. It feels great, actually. The only problem is that you're always scared, you know, that something goes wrong when you're playing, you know? So it's just like, oof, you know, it's kind of similar to, like, when you're, like, showing your own quest in the team or, like, to any of the directors or leads or maybe, you know, the director of the studio or of the whole game. It's just always this scary moment of, like, you know, because you know how it feels. It's like you're literally showing somebody your bare naked ass, and just waiting to get spanked, sort of, you know. So it's but I think every creator kind of feels like that. Okay, I will be driving to another. I will be driving to another gig, I think, while I'm answering some other questions. Yeah, Miles said same for showcasing newly built locations. Exactly. Like I think every you know creator, I think, is just feeling like this, you know. That when you're just building something and creating, and it doesn't have to be a game, right? It can be also like just a video or something, right? Yeah, Tyler wrote Pavo bare naked ass is all over Cyberpunk. Well, in a way it is. In a way it is. So, yeah. Yeah, there's a question, please bring a guest from art department in the future. Oh, I would fucking love to, actually. I would love to. You know, I was telling you guys in the past that it's actually not that easy with the guests because it just needs to, like, you know, like in a way, I just need to make sure that, you know, whatever proposed timeline is working. That's really intriguing. Okay, I think it was just a glitch on the minimap. Now it's all good. It's always like I need to make sure that it works well for the guest and so on as well. So I need to be, you know, it's not that really easy to you know, to plan all that and so on. But I'm doing my best. Okay, then let's see with this NCPD thing, and then we'll go here to do this gig. And in the meantime, I'll actually, I will. Please get Mike. Well, not sure if Mike really would love to be, would like to be here. I mean, but we'll see. There's a lady upstairs? Where's lady upstairs? What? Sorry, are you talking about? I think the you know, Hall is just, it's just fucking next level, this guy. Good job, mate, thanks. I'm just like, no, I think he just like have fallen, you know, and then he just like collapsed and then somehow was like moved to the nav mesh, you know, so navigation data that's just behind the door, and then he walked back to his slot where he was waiting. Guys, you said actually that there's somebody upstairs? Wait, what? Where upstairs? This upstairs?
Who are you?
Holy shit!
Not a doc, by chance, are you?
Regina sent me.
Oh,
Of course.
you guys are the best. Thank you. There's a mox in latex, and there was a risk I wouldn't save her. I killed a cyber psycho.
So, the girl.
Dad, I know. We're synced on the same net. You had no choice. Don't sweat it.
Okay. What the hell
What the
happened?
hell happened here?
Jesus,
How
guys.
supposed to crack a BD for us? And he did. At least he said so. But it all went sideways.
Yeah.
He dove into it. Never heard her scream like that before.
Ooh, oh god. So the Anne got fucked because of that BD, guys. That's the story.
Guess the rest.
Okay. Well, cool, but... Okay, but will you be fine? Mox Cleaver. Okay, well, she's probably some badass. There was a question actually about the Philip Weber being here. Yeah, guys, I mean, when we will be moving forward with the Takemura quests, I may actually get Philip again. When we'll be also playing something with Miles for Quests of the Miles, I will definitely like talk to Miles and just ask him if he would be so nice and come over again. So we'll see. I don't think I can actually do much more here, right? I don't think so. Like, at this point... More Miles, please. Yeah. I think everybody liked, you know, when Miles were here, or Philip and so on. Okay, guys, there's a question about my favorite soup. It's definitely chicken broth. It's rosu in Polish. Everybody knows that. Every true Polish person would answer this like this. So I have the soup question already done. So, guys, there is a Teddy Calavera redeemed points for recommended reading. So let me actually talk to you about like some interesting book that I would recommend you to read when it comes to your own development and so on. So we've been talking about various different books in the past here on the stream, but one of the things that I think we didn't talk that much about is actually books regarding management and leadership. And this is, of course, one of the topics that I'm really interested at. And I think that one of the really cool books that just comes to my mind that I have read, well, recently, I mean, not that recently, I would say last year, was a book by Ben Horowitz. And it's interesting, this book has a title, Hard Thing About Hard Things. So this book is actually about basically you as a leader, as a manager, leading your own I would say creative enterprise, your own studio. You can say the toilet, right? Your own studio. And for me, this book actually opened my eyes to so many different topics. For instance, Ben Horowitz is a guy who was actually a member of the company that built Netscape. Some of you who are probably maybe a bit oh, Cogito wrote, it's an awesome book. Yeah, I'm glad, Cogito, you know the book. So basically, Ben Horowitz is one of the guys who actually did in the past. He was working in the company that created Netscape, and he's, you know, like nowadays, I think he's mostly considered a businessman. But one of the really amazing lessons that I got from that book is at some point, basically, Ben Horowitz talks about leadership and management and building the teams. And there is a very interesting thought coming from that book. And Assault in Progress. Holy shit. Okay, and that thought is actually about basically teaching the other team members, and when you're basically hiring and so on, like I find hiring one of the most important, I would say, duties of good leader, to be able to hire well, and then when you already hired a person, then actually trained that person well, and make sure that the team members that you have hired, that you really invest into them, and they all make sure that they have your attention, but in the same time that you as a leader, you are providing them enough opportunities to learn and grow. And basically what Ben Horowitz is talking in his book is like throughout the years, basically of different companies and enterprises he was leading, he's saying that actually leadership and basically training people is one of the most undervalued and actually underappreciated things that the leaders are doing. And I remember Ben talking about the fact that in the book that basically he was easily able to say, how well certain company will be performing, looking basically at their teaching strategy. So basically how people who are members of their team are being taught, how they are being trained and so on. And that really stayed with me. I remember I read that actually. I remember I was actually listening to that book, and I was reading that book too. Let me load. And I remember when I was reading that book, and then I was in the gym actually listening to it on the audiobook, and I went back that whole chapter just to re-listen the whole thing once again, to just like make sure it stuck with me, because Ben pointed out and really he made me aware how important it is to actually just spend as much time as you can on training your own people, And for instance, this is one of the many things that we are doing right now in Red, way more than we ever did before. Every time when we are actually hiring new person, somebody who joins us in the quest team, we have basically a procedure that a new team member is always basically receiving a mentor, a person that will guide that I would say that new team member, through their I would say next encounter and challenges that they will be facing. But also another thing is, one of the things that we are doing, one of the initiatives is basically a series of internal workshops that we are having in the studio. So situation when basically team members in the studio are basically just giving workshops. You can compare it even to like GDC talks, even completely, when various team members are literally like showing their own craft and so on. And we already had a series of talks like that. We also have invested into masterclass. So like whoever is actually joining the team, like definitely Quest team, but I know that other teams are using this as well, gets access to masterclass where you can actually as a team member use that as a source of knowledge and just learn from really the best. Like for instance, writing classes from the best writers in the world. Jesus Christ, he is really beating my ass. Those people are very dangerous when you pray on hard, I have to admit. Where are you, bro? Okay. I think he just died out of anticipation, I guess. This is clearly what happened. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to sum up my thoughts, my point about Ben Horowitz's book about the hard things. Like, if you are a leader of any form, or if you have a creative team, I think this book contains like a lot of really cool guidelines. Okay, this poor person was killed here by this dude. Jesus, this place is terrible. I mean, the Night City. It's really terrible to live here. Such an awful things happening. Are you guys to check basically? And there's some data that we can get. Okay. What's that? Okay, we got the transferred money. Okay, there is a message. Second Wind 12 times, Rorik Phoenix 4 times, Evade 10 times, Max Dex 7, Brisky 8, Dump EMP 10 times. Okay, interesting. Okay. There's a question, I think in Polish, just a moment ago that I saw from Hoshin. Please, first of all, please write in English on the chat. I have the question is if there will be any more patches regarding Cyberpunk. And well, I mean, we have released 10 patches at this point, and I have spoken about it like multiple times already that we are working on the patches and on the free DLCs, as you guys know. So. I hope that answers your question at least a bit. Okay, then I think I'm gonna go and just check this thing. We're getting more and more powerful, I would say, in the Night City. Let's see. There's a question from Nam, who's I think disappointed and wrote, "So you're not working on expansions?" Well, I'm not commenting anything of it. So. I just commented what we are working on. So yes, this is basically our current focus, the patches and free DLCs, as we already talked to you about. I see from Ed Ciela wrote like expansions, and then this small gif of like the sound coming up. Really cool. I didn't even know that you can actually make this. Oh, NCPD dispatcher wants to tell me something. Okay, go on.
NCPD subcons. Organized crime activity reported on Martin Street. Maelstrom has established a presence in the area.
Oh no shit.
Kaiser Herzog, aka the Surgeon, spotted. Priors include practicing as a Ripper Dot without a license and first-degree murder, for which he has been sentenced to death.
Okay, Kaiser Herzog.
Offering a reward for the removal of Herzog and Maelstrom from the area.
Guys, they are paying for a removal. I think they found the right person. Is it possible to add some feedback when walking like a little bobble? It feels like I'm floating when walking. Do you? Are you playing like with no sound or something? Because there is a bubble, right? Like a minimal one, right? Because the thing is, like, I mean, the head bubble is a very interesting topic, actually. Because, like, for majority of people, it makes them vomit. It makes them feel like vomit, you know, when they're like moving and the camera is swaying. So. I see that Nihudan cheered for 69 bits. Very intriguing. Thank you, dear sir, for cheering for 69 bits. Yeah. Okay, then, guys, let's move on. Regarding this... Interesting. What are you guys doing here? I'm just checking if they're if they are, you know, careful. Okay, let's get this because I already got shot. Okay. The fence is waving to us. Yeah, I saw the fence. The fence is definitely on the fence right now. My dry joke. Oh, there was a headshot, guys. Did you see it? I literally headshotted the guy from another side of Night City. God damn it. I just killed the lantern. Like, my gun is literally a fucking cannon. Yo. She laughed? Did she laugh? 69 jokes? Okay.
I don't feel so good.
There's a really interesting question from Marcin 30LL. I have a question, Paweł. Was it not better to design a game so that first V and Jackie perform tasks like you are now playing, and after 20-30 hours of play you get a bit task with the chip? Oh, I mean, it's a good question. You know, like we decided to go a completely different route, and that was mostly an artistic decision. We felt that we thought that it will feel much better like this. There's multiple reasons for it, and I was talking in the past streams about that topic a bit. But for instance, what Prologue in Cyberpunk does, it basically talks about big money, it talks about heists and so on, and it looks like I would say dull and simple, I would say Cyberpunk action game and so on. And at first, you know, it pretends, you know, to be like all about heists and just, you know, money and cars and all that. But then suddenly, after the prologue, it turns out that there is actually the scope, the stakes are actually much higher, and because what has happened to you as V changes completely your perspective, and that was absolutely our intentional decision to build it like this. Now, of course, you know, you can make a point, and we can have an argument like if that was a right decision to do, but I would say that's a separate topic entirely. Like, I would say at that time, in our understanding, that felt like a good decision. Like in whoa. They destroyed literally that car on their way. Holy shit, guys. So in that time when we were making that decision and designing the game and so on, it felt like a right approach, you know? It felt like a right decision at that time. And also, like, you know, remember guys that it's a gigantic difference, you know, when you are watching the game right now and making a decision after, let's say, half a year of the game on the market, versus we were making this decision in like what it was like 2016 and 17, right? So like you need to be aware of the fact that I would say something that may for you today look absolutely obvious. Oh shit, there's more dudes there. Holy shit. Like I wiped it out before and then more gangsters appeared. God damn it. So please just have that in mind, right? That like it may look obvious for you at this point today, but we didn't have that knowledge, right? Like we were taking this decision, basically having the game mostly at this point and the prototypes on paper and all that stuff, right? So you have to imagine that it's a completely different, I would say, challenge to tackle, right? When you have to make those important design decisions having only this much information. And this is really like a game dev. Oh, this is a really nice, interesting hand. Oh, this is literally like I would say a reality of majority of game devs, you know, when you have to like make those important decisions not knowing anything, and sort of in a way you just trust your own skills and like, how to say it, gut feeling. And you know, I mean, it's as simple as that. Sometimes you're just wrong, right? Like nobody really wants to like make a wrong decision or anything, right? That's absolutely not our direction. Now, you know, it's just like it's a completely different I would say discussion to have if that was a right direction to go or not. Like from your question, I suspect that you would prefer, you know, just way more adventures with Jackie and then I guess shorter actual, you know, game after the prologue. But we felt that you know, then it would feel better to actually you know, introduce everything that we had to introduce in the prologue, wrap it up, and just like you know, move on to, I would say, an actual game, to the part when you're, well, fighting for your survival, to the part when you're building a relationship with Johnny and so on. So that was much more important for us. There's a question, can I shed some light on the future patches or system changes? I'm waiting, and it's been 7 months to play the game in its best state. Well, I mean, so I've been talking about it a bit. Oh god, sorry guys, it's an allergy. I've been talking about it in the past just a bit already on the stream, that it's a natural thing, the same I would say for every game, is like longer and later you play it, normally the better state it is, because then simply devs have time to just like address everything, even like I would say smaller of the issues and so on. Well, I mean, you know, I personally believe that Cyberpunk is in a really pretty decent shape at this point. But you know, again, I'm a game dev, and that's my perspective, right? Like, depending on the platform that you have, talk to your friends, you know, people who are playing on the same platform as you, and just ask, you know, hey, like, you know, what are your thoughts about Cyberpunk now? Should I wait, or so on? Like, as I mentioned, like, we are working on patches and DLCs, so free DLCs. So later you play it, of course, more of that you will have, right? But you know, I just don't want to give you an impression that you should be waiting for, you know, who knows how long, because that's, I guess that's also not the optimal solution. I think, like, thankfully with Cyberpunk, it's a game that this the situation is good enough for you to actually, whoops, I'm over encumbered now. Situation is good enough for you to actually, like, I think, play it once, I would say, in, like, I don't know, maybe even current state. I find it, I think it's pretty decent, to be honest, and play it in the current state, and then basically sometime from now, when, you know, you will maybe play some other things, you know, we will finish some patches and so on, then you could come back and play maybe different life path, maybe just make different choices, simply, and just, you know, like, build a netrunner another time, just build a dude with katana, and make completely different story choices, go for different ending. And I think this will really this is a pretty decent, I would say, strategy to play. Because, you know, when you combine all the life paths, when you combine all the story choices with the quests, if you combine all the builds that you have, then it actually, I think, leaves plenty of space for your, I would say, expression as a player, you know, regarding, you know, like, having a fresh experience, I would say, you know, every time when we play. Did he just trip on the dead body? That's interesting. I think he did. Kaiser Herzog. Kaiser Herzog. I need some shorts with some Reaper ice pick soft. Sure thing. And Delta. Chum's fading fast. He crooks. His implants get blocked. Waste of good chrome. We're on it. Chill. Exactly. Just a short, enjoyable chat during the combat. There's nothing better. Well, hello. Dude. He's just so tough. Wow. Cool, bro. That was interesting. Okay, I think we have another problem with, like, maelstromers in the area. It's just a maelstrom infestation, guys, that we need to deal with. Let me just scoop around this. Yeah, Nehu cheered. It's Pavel falls and dies. Yeah, exactly. The dude, like, saw me, like, entering with a gun, and he just decided to trip and fall and die, you know? Okay. Interesting. There's some suspicious activity here. Or is it? Oh, another conversation, guys. Jack, Connor, Tina, Saxon. Fuck! Something ain't right. That implant Kaiser slaughtered me is acting up. So tell him to fix it. No, I better go somewhere else and pay. Is it that chrome he took from that Arasaka corpo? The one who wake up in the middle? Ha 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 ha! Little Miss Corpo got a pair of lungs on her. No one, come on. You know I don't go for that Japanese stuff anyways. I mean, another implant. No, what, never mind. Okay. People having interesting conversations. Anyhow. Wow, okay. Okay, guys, I think we have dealt with this. Jesus, these gangsters are really tough, but it's probably because I'm just killing everybody, and that's my approach recently. Okay, then, let me save the game, and I think we'll just go for another one of those while I'm checking the questions from you guys. Can you please speak on the verticality issues? But could you please basically just make the question a bit more, I would say, I don't know, precise. So what verticality issues you have in mind? You're talking about like the fact that, we had to, like, the game includes verticality in general, and then when exploring the game we had to take it into account. Just, yeah, if you could like specify your question a bit more, so that I could like answer. Teddy Calavera, thank you so much for gifting subs, man. That's really nice of you. That's really nice of you. Yeah, Pablo's asking, why did you cut the iguana egg in day one patch? I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea, my friend. So I really can't comment on it. But what I can do, I can actually poke one of my designers and ask about it. Okay. So I will basically see what happened to it, because I frankly have no knowledge about this. So like I cannot really answer this question. Are you working for the next version? Well, yes, as I mentioned, like I'm working on the patches and for DLCs for Cyberpunk, among other things, I would say. There's a reported crime, guys. Holy shit. What a forgotten by the god place. So much crime everywhere. What happened with verticality? There is not much vertical exploration. For example, this apartment complex, there were more options in elevators. I mean, I'm half guessing what you mean. So you are suggesting that there was like more options for the player to explore the game, but it's not anymore? I mean, that's not really the case, if that's what you're trying to say. Like, if the question is why we didn't go into even more verticality, well, I mean, we went with we went with quite a lot, to be completely honest with you. And please remember that it's first of all, I mean, in general, it's a very difficult thing to do and to build. Why? Well, just look at other games. Do you have many other games doing that, what Cyberpunk did? Because I think just sometimes players are like, maybe, I would say not completely, I don't know, maybe not seeing the whole picture, when it comes to the complexity of building such a game, like when something is fairly easy to do, you will have a lot of different games doing it. When something is very complex to do, then you want to have the games doing that, right? And literally I would say the city as Night City and Verticality in general is pretty much something that nobody does, right? Like there's literally like, what? Why police warrant issued? Guys, I was trying to be nice, seriously. I was trying to help you and so on, and you just treat me like that. Okay, I'm going the hell out of here. I'm sorry. I don't want to work with you. What a terrible fucking people. This is awful. I'm just disgusted by them. This is horrible. Anyway, I love doing this, by the way, on our motorcycle. Just turning. Killing civilians. I didn't kill any civilians. That was just a friendship grenade. Yes, I mean, I was nice. I was nice to them. Exactly. I was trying to be nice, just an accidental mass murder. Okay, let's park my steed here and see what Regina has to offer here. Regina, you are the provider.
There's this badge. He needs help with his investigation.
Okay.
Guy's known for operating in the gray zone.
Mm-hmm.
No scruples about working with mercs.
Okay.
Attach more deeds for you.
Okay, Regina. Thievery. Huh. Okay. Okay, let's look at it. Geek type thievery, target CCTV footage, location, Maelstrom Warehouse on the corner of Industrial and Eisenhower. Client is Aaron McCarlson, NCPD Sergeant. used to work for me as a consultant on the show Cops and Chops, 8 seasons, and is asking for a favor. Aaron's been digging into Maelstrom for a while now, says he found a warehouse where they torture people, but you know how it is for badges. Law slows them down with mountains of paperwork, so if they want to get something done, they have to get creative. Okay, Aaron knows that, which is why instead of waiting for fat-ass judges to grant him permission, he wants to get help from a contractor. Job simple. Get into warehouse, coordinates attached, steal the security cam footage and bring it back to Aaron. Okay. Should be enough to push his case through, and if you happen to shoot a few Maelstromers along the way, well, shit happens, right? World won't be worse off without them, that's for sure. Okay, track the job. Scrolls before Swine. Interesting title. Very interesting reference. Reminder that I died 21 times. I mean, you know, it's we are playing on hard. I have to tell you, my friend. So it's a difficult endeavor, but I'm doing my best. Pavel, are you guys planning to add NPCs riding bikes? Oof. As I mentioned in the past, I won't be talking too much about our future plans, guys, okay? So I'm sorry, I won't comment on this. But, same as always, as soon as I will be able to, I'll let you know. And we'll talk about it. Guys, I'm evading bullets like I'm literally fucking Neo. Did you see it? What? This fucking lantern fall on these cars. Jesus, this city is crazy. Get away from my bike. Get away. Dudes, I'm popping up this, these boosters like Tic Tacs. Seriously. Okay. Yeah, good that he's not dead. Jesus, I was worried for a moment. Okay then. Wait, well, I mean, that was not planned. I literally hit the, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I was trying to, guys, I was trying to sneak in the grenade, like, between those gaps, right? It's just like, I didn't know he would, like, I mean, that she would... Oh, did it kill him? That was a powerful grenade. That was one fucking powerful grenade. My grenade game is just getting better. Oh, I think I have hit the explosive there. That must... Okay, that must be the case. Anyhow, let's just heal a bit. Play with assault or sniper rifles. Yeah, I mean, at some point I will. Let me just actually... It's actually a good point. Let me peek into what a rifle I actually have. There's this copperhead here. Well, that's the machine gun. Okay, well, the tactician does more damage, though. Oh, interesting that we have... Oh, that is one sexy tactician, though. That we have just found, guys. I didn't see that. Interesting. Okay, I think the range is actually nice with the... with this. Let me just try to flip this one to maybe a rifle. If I actually have one. This is 38 damage. Like, those are fairly weak, and I didn't really... Yeah, I mean, I have some here, but I'm, of course, under-leveled for this one too. Okay, let's try this one, actually. Wow, we have a lot of fucking attachments for it. That's rad. Yeah. Ooh, uncommon. Here you go. Okay, let us try it. It's a bit lower damage, but who knows? Maybe it's gonna work out for us. Oh, I'm in combat? Holy shit! Really? I didn't realize that. Oh. I mean, it kind of feels them tickling him. How are you guys? What are you guys thinking? Let me just quickly look if maybe I can like do some upgrade for this. What? Where the heck am I? Ah, sorry. Yeah. Where are you here? Because I literally have, well, very little here invested into this, right? So, yeah, tickling him. There's a question if there are going to be a new type of attachments added, guys. I won't be talking about what we will be doing in the future. I'm sorry. I told you that. Okay, let's try this and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And then here. Okay. But anyway, I have a feeling I'm tickling him. Any Maelstromer wants to get tickled? Hello.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, was it headshot? Cool. Interesting. I think I discovered their weak point. It seems that when you shoot them in the head, it's it is their weak point. Let's try it once again. Okay. It's it turns out it's much harder to hit. What are games would like to create beside RPGs? Huh. Interesting questions. I mean, honestly, like I loved games about plot, so this would be always my choice, you know. So like I guess maybe, you know, maybe a linear game, but just the one that has excellent story and characters and dialogues. That would be something that would be also my jam. But you know, again, like I just love open world RPGs, you know. I just love creating like worlds and stories in it and so on. This is really exciting. And all the, I would say, possibilities that it gives and all the options, you know, that it gives. So I really like that. Yeah, I know I'm over encumbered. We'll deal with it in a moment. I'll actually review my... I have this bandana. Okay, I think we can disassemble this one. Let's see. Of course, because we have a ton of other stuff that we're not using for anything, really, because this is just a badass jacket that we got. I'll leave those purple ones, but I think we can get rid of those. Okay, this is really lower quality stuff. How different was designing quests compared to The Witcher 3? Cyberpunk has way more fluid movement, verticality. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was an absolutely completely different beast to tackle, to be completely honest with you. Like, just designing quests for Witcher was trivial in comparison to Cyberpunk. Just Cyberpunk is such a much more complex game, you know, with so many different options. Also, like, you know, for the character and so on, and you know, like speaking about, like, I would say encounters or locations, you know, like, just we had to cooperate with our level designers to think about lots of different ways how player could like approach that certain, I would say, encounter or story in the you know, in the given quest, and that was just so much more complex, you know, how it was in comparison to Witcher, you know. And I'm not sure, like, because I think for the players it doesn't really look, it does not really probably look that obvious, you know, that what we have been doing here for Cyberpunk, it's so much more complicated. I mean, for us as devs, and I think that the and I mean, oh wow, we have a lot of junk, guys, a lot of junk. We'll just get rid of that right now while I'm speaking. So, you know, making sure that you have all the paths covered, you know, all the different builds and so on. Like, just imagine a scenario that you're getting, like, you know, you know, a double jump, right? And you're just able to jump much higher and access places where you couldn't, right? Geralt was fairly immobile, right? He couldn't really jump over fences, you know, he couldn't really just, you know, land in really weird, awkward places and so on. While in Cyberpunk, it's absolutely possible that the player actually does it, you know, eventually. And for us, it's so much more complex, you know, to do it, and just to foresee all those possible, you know, issues and combinations. And you know, the thing is, like, players, I mean, I'm talking about the QA right now. QA has been discovering so many different, I would say, paths and ways to how to beat the game in a way that's been so it was uncomparable to The Witcher 3. Like, I'll tell you that The Witcher 3 was a walk in the park in comparison to how difficult it is to actually design quests for the game as complicated as Cyberpunk. And that, you know, that definitely influences, you know, everything. It just influences how much work we have to do, how much testing we have to do, you know, and so on. So this is really, I think, maybe even hard to, I would say, completely see, you know, for the players, just because of the sheer, I would say, complexity. Okay, no, we are not dismantling this one. Just because of the sheer complexity of the game, and you know, also like the fact that you, as a players, you don't really, you know, see all the internal processes and so on, which is obvious, right? It's well, it's understandable, I would say, right? Because how would you know all those things and so on? So that's why. He's above. That's why it's understandable, right, that the players are asking all those questions and so on. And well, I mean, for me personally, the designing quests for Cyberpunk have been so much more, I would say, fun, because I'm here talking about the fun for me as a designer, because like it's been so much more challenging. I had to take so many more different things into account, and I had crazy amount of fun with it, I have to tell you. Like, I love that. So yeah, sorry for a long answer.
Nice of you to show. We're starting to get bored.
Oh, I see that Anonymous gifted the sub. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. Why didn't you set a limitation max healing stuff like Witcher 3? It's allowed you to balance the game more properly. A very good question. And actually, unfortunately, I'm a completely wrong person to ask this question. Because as you can imagine, I haven't been doing, you know, well, at least, to be honest, nothing. I have been doing nothing regarding, you know, balancing the game and so on. So, you know, and frankly, I don't know too much about that topic. You know, I of course play a lot of games and discuss those topics daily with designers, but this is not something that the quest designers are handling. So it's a good question. I really don't know the answer. Actually, I really don't know the answer. You know, like the thing is, there are way more knowledgeable people on the topic than me, you know, from our gameplay RPG team who are taking care of that, of issues of this sort. So they would probably be able to answer this question way better than me. Okay. Let's steal the data, guys. Let's steal the data. We have the footage that we're supposed to get, right? There's a question, can we anticipate big system changes and if the DLC will be visually different, like how Blood and Wine was from the base game? Well, I mean, first of all, when you're referring to DLC, for me, you're referring to free DLC, right? Blood and Wine was not a DLC, Blood and Wine was an expansion. I know that those are just, we are just discussing the definition here, but just to be sure, right? You probably meant the expansion pack, not really the DLC, right? Because the DLC for us is just a small downloadable content that, well, for the most part, it should be free for the players, while what you mean probably is an expansion. Now, as I mentioned, I won't be discussing the expansions until we will be able to talk to you about this specific topic. Look at this, like just here, you know, graffitis and different drawings, right? This is just a piece of visual storytelling, right? Narrative storytelling of the game. I remember this guy, I mentioned him a long time ago in one of the streams. This is our like cartoon character from the Cyberpunk world. Ooh, Spect Maelstrom short sleeve jacket. Interesting. I have actually pretty decent jacket on me, but let's really quickly, and I think this one is better. Huh, whole 1 point. Oh, Footloose increases evasion. Huh, how are you guys feeling about this? It looks pretty cool, I mean, it has this used retro style. I kind of like this though, I have to admit, you know, kind of nice, but this Maelstrom one does the job too. So let's keep it. Okay, V. I think that we need to bring the footage to Aaron. That's this is what the job tells us. Let me actually quickly pick. Okay, it seems it's there. Let's get the hell out of here and bring the footage so that we can finish this gig. Jesus, I drove over that guys. Wait, the files. Wait, I mean, what files? I got the files. No way. Okay, let me get. What files you guys are talking about? I'm glad you guys are here though, I have to admit, because you can always tell me if I'm missing something. Well, okay, I found that cards that you talked about. That's the cards. Them choices, secret content. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, it turns out that there's so much secret stuff everywhere. Another toilet, by the way, guys. How do you rate it? There's grass growing in this toilet. It's very, very, like, unusual approach, I would say, to design in general. 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. I mean, it's a bit more decent toilet than the previous one, you know. Some intriguing deco, you know. I mean, interesting that the like a concrete collapsed under the toilet, like sunk in. Curious what happened here. Okay then. Well, toilets rated, so let's get that files then that you guys are talking about. Judging from the level design, I should go upstairs, right? Like, I suspect it's upstairs, right? Like, I'm glad I fucking got that stamper. Thank God I found it. Okay. Okay. Ashtray. Excellento. Okay, guys, let's move on. When will you go to the dev room? Oh, very good question. Actually, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Do you think Takemura liked the iguana in Konpeki Plaza? Interesting question. I mean, Takemura is a guy of principle, and he's really a person who likes the tradition. And well, I mean, iguana was an example of, I would say, nature, and you know, things that are, I would say, true to their form. So I would probably risk you know, claim that yes, he probably liked it. Oh God. Okay, well, I mean, we got some uncommon quick hug components, but oh, okay, Voodoo Boy Rosary. Guys, I'm just looking for the files that you talked about. I guess it's inside, right? Nobody keeps files outside. Even Maelstromers, I suspect. It's probably not in this trash here. Okay, let's move on here. Ah, yeah, absolutely. Jesus, they have a really big speakers in this house. Company is closed, the board wrote to all. Unfortunately, despite numerous initiatives aimed at reducing our operation guests, including extra commitment from our workers, we have ended this quarter with a loss. In light of these results, bearing in mind the multiple threats of violence from our competitors, the board of directors has decided to liquidate the company's assets. We kindly request that all of employees empty their desks and drawers before 8 p.m., after which we will hand over the building keys to its owner. The company's remaining capital will be paid out in dividends to the company's directors. All other employees will receive coupons for selected products in all food stores. Oh, here you go, guys. Such a fantastic deal, you know, to get that coupons running. Equivalent of the value of each employee's weekly salary. Wow, okay. You just got like your salary in coupons to Whole Foods. You can get that artificial meat while the board of directors got the shares. Cool. Amanda Nelson. Read carefully. Okay, guys, read carefully. A certain corpo entered the net one night when suddenly everything glitched, and he encountered a red demon who said, "Tomorrow at midnight you will be dead." Okay. The corpo did not place any faith in the threat and slept soundly that night after leaving the net. Next day, he went to work and returned home, and nothing bad happened. But the next morning, his daughter went to wake up. His optical implants were burned out. His entire body was scorched and cut in half. Okay. If you break this email chain, the same something will happen to you tomorrow at midnight. If you send this to only 3 people, the demon will hurt someone you love. If you send this to 15, the demon will follow you on the net for 5 days, but do nothing to you. If you send this to all your contacts, your biggest dream will come true. It's true, it happened to my uncle. I'm very sorry to send this on to you, but someone sent it to me first. It sounds silly, but forwarding this email will save your life. Okay, guys, I guess we are done. We have no option to send forward, so I think nothing good will come out of it. Guys, where are the files that you are talking about? You're trolling me. There's no files here. They're also not here. Well, I mean, if I have to reload, then I guess we are moving on. You know, it's a pity, but it's, you know, guys, choices and consequences as we speak about. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens. I screwed up, so we'll just bring the footage. Let's check here. Is there anything here? Paint editors and monthly rates. I think I know this one. Yes. Okay, let's leave the paint editors then. Stamper, that's all good. Ooh, that's interesting. My technical ability does not allow me to open that place. Okay then. There's a question, have I played Hades? No, not yet, unfortunately. I still have it on my list. Just my list of shame is just long as hell. You know, honestly, I will just actually save in more conventional way, because we haven't been saving too much in this. So... let's cut all the lanterns in the street. Yeah, I was trying to help you guys last time, and you started fucking shooting me. I'm not helping you this time around. Not stupid, right? Sorry, I'll just cut you here. Okay. That is an interesting place to be for this NCPD guy. Some kind of a motel place? Bring the footage to Aaron. Why don't we ever see rain or more acid rain? I mean, on the stream when we were playing, it was raining so many times that I don't really think that that's accurate what you're saying. Like, the weather is randomized, right? But please remember this is California, right? Like, I'm obviously not living in California, but I read a bit about it, and it's not that it's raining there every day for a whole year, right? So, like, just... like a weather system in general is randomized, and it follows basically just some internal logic that it has, and it changes, right? And there are certain weather types that can merge into other weather types back and forth and so on. And multiple times when we were playing, just in open world, it was raining. So it's just as simple as that, you know. Oh, wow. Miles just gifted the subs. Thank you, Miles, so much. It's really nice. I hope that people that just got all the subs from you are happy. It's really nice of you. Darren? Darren, do you have anything to say to us?
Hey, do I know you?
No, unfortunately we don't, but you really look like an interesting guy. Okay. Anyway, Aaron has other things in mind, clearly. Okay, then, let's go. Ooh, are we going to this fucking dirty looking basement? Are we guys going to this dirty looking basement? That's the design? No. Or I'm going upstairs, not downstairs. Okay, well, at least I arrived here to grab some loot. Look at this. Jesus, I have so many cards already that I'm feeling rich. No, okay then. I think I'm supposed to go upstairs actually, not downstairs. Thank you, Miles, for all the subs. It's really nice of you.
Hola.
Hola, hola. Really cool hand. Really awesome hand. Miss Charlotte Rogers. Okay, miss. No, everything fine.
Sweetie, why do this? You got so much potential. You'd make a great techie.
Daddy, please. This is like the millionth time.
And I'll bring it up another million times.
Ooh.
I don't want some stranger to hurt my little angel.
Dad, us Moxes have each other's backs. We look out for one another.
Oh, look at that. You have a scene that, you know, like they're... It's really cool, you know, that they just randomly entered that building and you have like scenes like that and so on. Just fleshing out a lot of the background and so on. Like some of those things that our open world team is just also like, you know, surprising me. Because when I'm playing and reviewing the quests and so on, I'm mainly like playing the quests, right? So always just, you know, when I encounter some of the open world content, it's always intriguing to me. A really interesting drawing. It's definitely like my level. My level of skill, I would say. Okay, I cannot reach this, unfortunately. Let us go. Oh, I'm supposed to call? Okay. Okay, Aaron. How's...
Yeah?
Aaron, it's V. I've got the scrolls.
Oh, V! Thought you were another one of those Serenity Bible whack jobs. Come in.
So, hit any snags along the way?
There always are. Handled them.
You're real tough as nails, huh? That's how you survive out there. All right, now hand over those scrolls already. Choppity chop chop, huh?
There for the investigation, right?
These scrolls are for some kind of investigation, right?
Mm-hmm. Real big stink, mind you. But thanks to your help, I can give it a push.
Okay. So what, guys? Why are you saying to shoot him? Isn't he like NCPD or something? Right, because we probably know that he is like a bad person or something. That was the that was probably something bad he did, right? He's a murderer and extortionist. How do you guys know it from that files that I screwed up and I didn't manage to get? Shit. Like, he has a nice looking apartment like me. Aaron McCarlson. I don't think I can actually kill Aaron at this point, because technically speaking, story-wise, a story wouldn't make sense, right? For me to randomly kill him, because unfortunately, as V, my V doesn't know these things, right? So.
Great work. I'll spread the word. You do solid merc work. Coming from Aaron McCarlson, that'll go far.
I'm
Okay.
sure it will. Take care.
Okay. Well, it seems, guys, that we are done with this. I mean, it's nice actually that, you know, there's much more depth in those jobs. I really love that. Is there anything? Ooh. Wow, this building's fucking whacked, guys. Seriously, it's completely busted. Okay then, I think I'll just gonna go downstairs then, in that case. Okay then, you know, while I'm running downstairs, I'll maybe just look at one of the points that you have guys redeemed. Woohoo! There's the train is coming. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all the subs. But when I mentioned, like, I mean, all the subs are appreciated and so on, but please remember that you can just be here and just, you know, watch, like, you know, without really subbing and so on. I just want you to have a good time with me, okay? And you're like really, your presence is really appreciated. I see, Miles, that you become a conductor of a hype train. You have an icon of a conductor. It's really interesting. Okay, guys, what I wanted to mention is the I see that Avalos02 redeemed recommend a reading. So let me think actually about the reading that I can recommend you from a variety of things that we've been discussing recently, because there's always like so many books from different topics, and I'm trying to provide you like with, like, I would say different things, you know, so that you as a I would say, I don't know, as a players, maybe as a fellow creators, you can also, you know, just enjoy the maybe learn, maybe just, you know, read something interesting. I think like one of the amazing books that I personally really like is Creativity Incorporated by Ed Catmull. Do you guys know that book?
Aaron's happy. I'm happy. Always pays to be on good terms with badges, right? Gigs closed. Eddie's on their way.
Okay, thanks, Regina. I don't really feel particularly too good because everybody tells me that I'm back. Wow, Cogito, okay, thank you so much for all the subs. Jesus, you guys are insane. That is insanity. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all the subs. You're absolute legends, yeah. Thank you so much. It's really awesome. I just hope that everybody who got the subs and so on really like appreciates you, Cogito, for that and so on. And just, yeah, guys, like if you've been given like a lot of emotes and so on. And when you're subbed, there's like few other things, like for instance, the slow mode doesn't apply to you and so on. So just use the emotes that you got. Just put them into the good use. Yeah. Thank you so much. Now, regarding the recommended reading, so guys, a question from me. Have you read before, maybe ever, or heard about the book called Creativity Incorporated by Ed Catmull? It's the book, it's the guy who's one of the directors of the Pixar, actually. And maybe you have heard about the guy. He has actually directed and wrote multiple, multiple you know, Pixar movies and so on. And the Creativity Incorporated is really amazing book. Okay, let's look for the Delamain here. Find the hidden Delamain cap, guys. Is that it? Proximity scan meter. What? Okay, Delamain. I'm not stopping. I'm going after you, bro.
Not one step closer.
No? Why? Okay.
Hey, slow down.
Leave me be.
I don't know. Okay. Well, no. Come over here. Come over here, bro. By the way, this quest about the Delamain, this is the quest that was designed by Moritz. Larry Moritz is a... Woof! I drove in a really bad place. Oh god, can I drive away? I can. He is a quest designer on my team, and this is one of the quests that I really enjoy. You know, this one, I hope you guys liked it too, about like different Delamains and so on. What is going on, bro? Stop it. Where are you going? I'll hack you when if you will be acting like this. Okay, I think I can actually... Oh, God. I'm just smacking the walls all over the place. It's good that I'm here in motorcycle. It's much easier to... It's much easier to navigate. Delamain, you bastard.
Well, there you have it.
Oof. That is really interesting. What, Delamain? Are you happy about this?
Shock therapy works wonders.
By the way, I hope you guys like that quest. It was a lot of work actually to make all those cars, behave differently and so on, and have completely different personalities. But I personally think that Moritz really did an amazing job in this. There was a question: is it supposed to happen? Yes, according to my knowledge, yes, it's supposed to happen actually. So, actually, everything happened according to the plan. The only difference was that I was on the motorcycle, so I was much harder and easier to maneuver. Yeah, the emo Delamain was your favorite one. Yeah, that one is good. Like, I really like the one that is Gladys. I really love Gladys. That is the amazing one. Is the same Moritz this famous modder who makes all sort of mods for different games? I don't think so. Actually. I don't think Moritz was a modder before. Moritz is actually one of our he's one of our German quest designers. He's with us since a few years, and Moritz is actually on university in Germany. He is one of the professors, I would say, who's teaching the game design and so on. And he did really interesting quests for Cyberpunk. When we'll be doing the quests, from Moritz, I will definitely talk a bit more about the things he worked on. But guys, talking about it, I wanted to point you out. I wanted to go back to the book that I wanted to recommend you. So, the Creativity Incorporated. This is a book that basically shows the history of Pixar, what actually, how Pixar was developing throughout the years, what challenges they were facing and so on. It's an incredible book when it comes to understanding, I would say how the creative industry works, for instance, how many times they were redoing their books, or how many times they were facing, I would say, crises of various sort in the in Pixar and so on, and always they were able to find I would say find the best find the best solution and so on, and approach it. And there's so many intriguing concepts, for instance the brain trust. Do you guys know what the brain trust is? Barely illegal. So have you guys heard about the brain trust before? Ever? I'm not seeing any answers. So the brain trust, no, please tell us. Okay, brain trust is basically a group of people that are the most experienced directors and the most experienced, I would say, creators who are part of the Pixar family. And this is a group of people that is always meeting basically and discussing things when it comes to their movies. So when they're working on a movie, always there is a director who's responsible for a movie. But the brain trust is a group of people who are actually responsible for, making sure that the director of the movie has a help of other experienced, I would say, writers and directors. But what's important is that the brain trust is a group of people that are feedbacking him and helping, but always the decision is in the hands of that director. Really, really cool, I would say, setup and methodology, I would say, creative methodology of how a creative endeavor such as Pixar can be constructed. And I think Ed Catmull, in his book, he talks a lot about oh shit, I have fallen into pit and I'm not sure, can I get out? Okay, let's, I probably need a ladder now. I probably need a ladder. Can I get out? Okay. What are those silos here? I've never been here. Oh, I think this is Arasaka Waterfront, right? Well, kind of close. This is Arasaka Waterfront. Yeah, okay, we're at Northside. Oh, there's the ladder there. Okay. It was just for a moment like, how the hell I'm supposed to escape? Now, okay, that was not nice. I just jumped. Okay. And brain trust is really an amazing concept, you know, guys, because like I've been you know, like a lead and a quest designer for some time, right? And one of our like important, I would say, objectives is always just to make sure that we have one person who's like directing certain thing. And you know, like when it comes to the quest, of course, you know, quest designer, cinematic designer, writer are the most I would say focused people when it comes to the narrative regarding the quest. And I did it again. No way. I did that again. Okay. Basically the way how the Ed Catmull explains, you know, how the brain trust works really was inspiring to... I was just killed. That's not nice. Really inspired me, you know, to just like see and understand that how important it is when you have like one person who has a vision and you're like trying to realize that vision and make sure that that vision like comes to fruition, sort of. But in the same time, you as a, I would say, as a director, you have this independence and you can really like approach, you know, you can really do different things and so on. Other people are there only to advise you, you know, it's not that it's not that you need to do anything of you know, what other people tell you to do, which is actually very liberating when it comes to being a creative, you know, when it comes to being a director and like really directing your own content. But in the same time, I think like Ed Catmull in Creativity Incorporated, like he shows how important it is to just be surrounded by people who are in a way better than you are and who can show you all that. I would say, how to say it, just how rich and how important it is just to have, you know, support of other people who also have different experiences, who also have been directing, you know, movies and stories before. That is like super important. And because of that, I just love that book. Also, like, of course, you know, like, I'm a fan of Pixar movies and so on. I watched like a lot of them over the years, so it was also like super intriguing, you know, for me to find out actually, you know, how those movies have been created, you know, what were actually the challenges that they were facing. And some of it is extremely surprising, you know, like when you work on games, you will find out that so many things that, you know, like the creators of movies are facing is like so similar to how the work of the, you know, people who work on movies looks like. What the fuck is going on? Do we have a miracle of sound though on the chat? God damn it. Gav, it's so nice to see you. Gavin, it's so nice to see you. Such a pleasure, man. Thank you for this incredible Cyberpunk song that you have made. I personally love it. I know that it was like one of your best, like one of your top listened songs. Fantastic work, man. Yeah. Longest I've ever watched a live stream. Oh, yeah. I mean, sorry, man, that I didn't see you before here and didn't register your presence. But it's at least difficult for me to follow. Sorry, to keep on with the chat. Yeah, guys. By the way, just a shout out for Gavin and for Miracle of Sound. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not good. So what you should do, you should go to YouTube and type Miracle of Sound and basically check the channel from Gavin. There's so many amazing songs about the games that you probably love and adore. There is a fantastic song about Cyberpunk, a really great one about Witcher, and I think actually even 2 songs about Witcher. So definitely just check out work of Miracle of Sound. I think you will be really satisfied with what you're about to find. 5 Witcher songs, 3 Cyberpunk. Wow, that is insane. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I unfortunately cannot right now paste the link, but maybe one of our moderators can do that. New short message. Look, I don't know which one of gongs sunk those wheels, but I do know one thing. If the merch isn't here tomorrow morning, in full and bone dry, all of your shitheads are gonna be shitting lead. Cool. Cool, such a nice people, you know. I really like when people just have such a, you know, intriguing discourse. Read carefully. I know this one from Amanda. We already talked this, read this one. Forever Young for Poeternamics. Oh yeah, that's the one that we talked about before. Yeah. It's about the it's the sex performance drug or something, right? Yeah, I remember that. Okay then. Well, anyway, we already know all that spam, so not gonna read it anymore. Okay, I was sure that's the dildo that I looted, but that was just a knife. I got, I think, inspired by that find. Ooh, some loot. Oh, such a poor person. What the hell happened to you, man? Oh, they have like plenty of hands to pick from, though. Can you see that, guys? Let's just get that uncommon components. Holy shit. So many arms. Yeah, those scavs are terrible. Anyway, I think that we'll be moving on. You need a hand to check a bucket? Yeah, exactly. There's a question, what's the deal with the traffic lights always turning green? Doesn't that interfere with NPC core AI? Dude, I have no idea, honestly. Like, you know, as you know, I'm a quest designer. I do not have much knowledge about that topic. If you say that that's the case, I mean, I've seen, you know, traffic lights turning green. That's true, but I honestly cannot offer much more background here. I really don't know. So I'm sorry. Cannot really tell you more. Okay then, guys, I think what I'm going to do is, I think like I should be able to call my bike here, and then, yeah, exactly, there it is. Approaching, very interesting spot. Very interesting spot. It's like my bike is pretending to be Roach. Why I can jump on this? Okay. Cool, bro. Really interesting landing spot. I hope I will be able to... Yes, I can. Okay. It's let me just check our minimap. What is the situation? What? Don't forget the parking brake. Oh, I didn't get the sunken van. Holy shit, guys. Of course, they even talked about that, and I just completely missed that bit. Completely missed that bit. I even read the data about this. Are you sunken somewhere here? Okay. Whew. Okay. Forced crime. Don't forget the parking brake. Interesting. I really like quests like that, you know, that just have the, like in this case it's the open world activity, of course, not the quest page per se, I would say. But it's really cool when there's like a bit of a twist and it's something new. Like in this case, you know, the van was underwater. Well, girl, you're gonna have to eat your words. I did it. Van runs like a dream. Really? You just sit on the couch, press a button, and off she goes. Press another, and she parks. Can do a whole job without leaving home. Just you wait, soon enough you'll be asking me to put one in your ride. Okay. I just hope that the Tesla parks a bit better than this one did. You know, automated vehicle, I guess. So... Przegrajmy Road, hello, where's the DLC? I think that actually, thankfully, I think around like 40 people before you managed to ask this question. Barely, they managed to ask this question. So, well, the DLC and the patches are being made. because as we talked, I think in the past a bit, well, the quality requires time, you know. So I think that's the whole story, you know, where they are. We just need to make sure that, you know, whatever we provide you guys is good quality, you know. That's the thing, and it's well, it just takes time, you know, to produce something of a good quality. I don't think I have ever driven this part here. That's really awesome. Oh yeah, the waterfront with those 3 signages of Arasaka. This looks so awesome. Yeah. By the way, guys, the okay, because I see that there's dudes that redeemed the behind-the-scenes story 3 hours ago. I missed that, so I'll just really quickly tell you like a behind-the-scenes story. So just a moment ago, we saw the flying AV, right? Did you see the flying AV just a moment ago? Right. So there is a whole, basically like a setup for flying AVs in the city that one of the designers in the quest team, Oleksiy Chapai, prepared. And Oleksiy has been working basically as a part of his like quest design tasks on making sure that this, I would say, airy traffic looks good enough, you know, that it's well optimized, because that's also like something that we need to really pay attention to. This is really not simple to do, to just like make sure that those AVs are looking fine and so on. And he was also working on the fact to just like make sure that they're all those how to call it, all those AVs and so on the way that you are seeing, they are well adjusted to the place, right? So what Oleksiy was doing, he was just making sure that everything that you're seeing, it's actually well designed when it comes to the like type of the AVs that you're seeing in the given moment. And basically that was something that really required so much work, because we have done so many prototypes of like, okay, how that actual, like, I would say air traffic, you can call it, could look like. We had like numerous different approaches of like, okay, how to approach this topic and how to do it. And at the end, I think it took him like, I think, few months altogether. He was of course one person with the help of few other people, but mainly Oleksiy was on the topic. And it took him like few months to work it out, to make it really well and so on. Of course, you know, together of his other quest capabilities and so on. And I'm fairly happy with the way he managed to build it. There are actually, like, depending of the place where you are, there are also like those really huge AVs, you know, there are the smaller ones. So it really depends when you as a character are standing. We are on the side of Arasaka Waterfront, so here is way less of them, because this space is heavily controlled by corporations. But when you're like above the city center and so on, there's so much more of them there. Okay then, guys, let's see, because we have some criminal activity going on here. Let's save. There's a question regarding... Oh, Sapphire, you just gifted 10 subs. Sapphire, thank you so much for this. I mean, it's amazing. But guys, please remember that you don't have to, right? I mean, I really appreciate the fact that you're subbing and so on, and you're gifting subs, but really this is not what's needed, right? Just, I want you to have fun here, first and foremost. And when you have fun, well, okay, then you know, then you can consider this, but really, honestly, just, you know, the fact that you're here is appreciated, and thank you so much, Sapphire, for gifting the subs to the community. I think that everybody who got it are thankful and are happy. Okay, guys, we are trying to actually beat these nasty people that are here. Holy shit. Yeah, there was a question from Revervo Salota just a moment ago regarding like what is my perspective on the like crossovers, for instance, like situation when you have Ciri appearing in Cyberpunk. I mean, well, I've been talking about that a bit in the previous streams, but I think like what I want you guys to remember from it, and I think this is this is an interesting thing to discuss in general. Is like, as a creators, we need to be very careful to make sure that the world that we are creating is like true to itself, is like true to its core, but it's also not full of references and so on, right? Situation when we would like place the series in Cyberpunk world, like alive, I'm talking about the live character, that would mean, technically speaking, that Cyberpunk world and the Witcher world are parallel universes, right? This is what it would mean, right? So making like a reckless decision, I would say, to place series suddenly in Cyberpunk, we would have created this kind of I would say situation or setup that maybe is not something that we really want, you know? And that's why I'm pointing it out. Like, as a creator, you always have to ask yourself, okay, what is true to my creation? And make sure that you're like true to yourself and telling the original story rather than retelling something that already somebody else has done. And, you know, like referencing even our own game, even Witcher, you know, is not always so good, you know, because we want the player to be immersed in the world and to believe in the Cyberpunk world that they are seeing. And sure, we can discuss, you know, all the things that you guys, you know, pointed out that you don't like regarding, you know, breaking immersion and so on. And this is fair criticism, right? But what I'm trying to say is like adding, you know, theory on top of it and creating yet another, I would say, immersion breaker, or a situation when we would have to accept that suddenly Cyberpunk and the Witcher worlds are a parallel universes, suddenly becomes strange, you know, and just it makes you as a player, it makes you ask questions. Okay, what actually is really going on here? Like, why they, instead of telling the original story and being true to their vision, they're actually just, you know, fucking around with like references constantly, you know. And I would say that is my perspective. Like, we had lots of different talks in the studio, in the design team, in quest team, cinematic team, and story team, specifically story team, regarding, you know, what is allowed, I would say, and what is not, you know, because I think as a creator you need to be very conscious about all those decisions. I think being reckless about this is not a good direction. Is really I would say the exact opposite you should be doing. Guys, I just found the crusher. This is fucking cool. Okay. This is the typical like power shotgun that the Maxtac is using, right? That's why I like it. Awesome. Okay. Let's look here, because there was this criminal activity. Goach and Akari is talking. Let's check this out. I suspect there might be some intriguing detail in that conversation. Okay, you're never gonna believe this. That train we went to check out? Well, check this out. It's stuffed full of ruined gear inside under the ceiling. I mean, we are taking chips, suits, cables, all that shit, you feel me? Usable though? Brand fucking new, like it came from the factory yesterday. Okay, I'll find a buyer. Don't know, maybe the Voodoo Boys. Yeah, not a big fan of those tunes, but that would be their sort of thing. Worth a try. Okay, I'll set it up. Plug up the gear. Send you the cords in a second. Anyway, yes, you can see some really interesting thing about the train this time around. It's an important element, I would say, of a story, of a work of our open world designers, you know, that ability to be able to use the world and like tell those very small stories that are giving you more information about the background of a certain place and fleshing it out. I think it's really valuable what they are doing. Akari to Farah, suddenly found ourselves with a whole lot of Netrunner gear. We don't need it, but I'd be ashamed to waste it. Not sure how much it's worth, but I've got a feeling it's a good chunk of eats. Anyway, if you're interested, let us know. And then Farah to Akari. Your father, his name's Harold McNamara. He beat your mother, killed your brother, disappeared in 2068. We have a fresh pic of his face, new address. Could be yours for the gear. Interesting deal. Okay, they made a really interesting deal there, guys. Oh god. Okay. There's a comment. I love the icon of the behind the scenes story option. I don't know who made that icon, sadly, but great work. Yeah, actually, guys, the icons for the channel points and so on, those icons are actually free icons that the Twitch allows us to pick as a creators. And basically what I have done, I have just like scoped out all the icons, and basically I picked one that for me was like a funny one, and that would really fit to the behind the scenes story. So that's the story regarding this. Okay, let us go to this gig, because it's already almost 10 minutes past 11, so I think I'll just really quickly try to tackle that gig. We'll see how many times I will die, but we'll see, depending what it is. Who are we hiring to cast The Witcher 4? Hold my beer.
Still alive?
I mean, you know, I will be very happy to, you know, in any future of our games, do some background voice acting work. I just love fucking around with voice acting. This is always so fun. It's not my fault that they only give me jobs of prostitutes and you know, and pole dancers. But I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. One day, I'll get there. You know, and when one games, you know, I think that one day you'll just open the Cyberpunk or like, you know, Witcher or any kind of another, you know, game you'll be playing. You will look at the credits, and there will be Pavel Sasko in credits playing some, you know, important, you know, really important background character that has like, you know, 20 lines, maybe 10 lines, maybe 5 lines, maybe that's a bit too ambitious, but, you know, like, just some lines, you know, this very important background character, you know, somewhere. I think that day is coming, definitely. Okay, still a recording of Maelstrom's initiation rite. Got some paparazzo work for ya. Need to get my hands on a recording of the Maelstrom initiation ceremony. To LDR, to get into the gang, you undergo an optic nerve split operation. Holy shit, that sounds painful. A rite of passage of sorts, footage of the whole thing. That's what I'm paying for. Got a tip. You can find just such a reel at the Heaven Medic Clinic. It's the place they pulled the new records under their knife for the first time. Op rooms are all fitted with comms too. Could be a file, an entire disk, access to the servers, I don't care. What matters is that footage. Get it done. Okay, Regina, I'm on the fucking track. Guys, are you ready? Are you guys ready? Let's go. Let's go. Hello, buddy. I mean, I know I should have started with a grenade. I know that. I know, guys. I know, guys. I know. But, you know, everybody makes mistakes. Hey, hold the grenade. No, you don't want grenade? Okay, then. You'll just die then. Holy shit. What the heck? Woohoo! No. Oh, police warrant. Seriously? Are you fucking serious of me? No way, no way. The greatest escape of, 4th of July. I'm just, you know, they have no way to catch me, right? I mean, they don't have. Holy shit, bros. Why the heck they attacked me? What? What? No. 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 I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I was trying to help. Regina said whatever it takes. Okay. Nope. That's not, you know. Guys, this is horrible. This is not going well. Okay, fucking hell. Give me my bike. Where's my bike? Come over here. Holy shit. Okay, that is fucking flipping kind of cool what you just did, but I'm sorry, I unfortunately need to go exactly opposite direction for a bit because I need to lose that police on me. Jesus. Okay, guys, do you see how I I learned to turn, right? Are you proud of me? Are you guys proud? Anyway, you're probably not, but I'm just saying that I'm improving. Come on, V, let's go. Because the stream is ending soon, and I have some Maelstromers to beat in the meantime. So, don't. Oh, I recognize this place. It's my location. It's the Ibunica. Yeah. This is the this is for the chipping in quest, right? It's the one that I had pleasure to work on. Oh, really? You know everything? Okay then, one attempt again. Huh. Check the grenade, guy. Yeah? You like the grenade? Do you like the grenade? I hope you did. What the fuck is this track want from me? Guys, what is going on? Why the police is again on me? Okay, guys, I think this is not my day. I think the greatest escape of 4th of July continues. That was interesting. V, we need to get out. V, I mean, it's being a bit embarrassing now. So let me maybe cut here really quickly. That was exactly what I wanted to do. I mean, very close. But guys, you know what, guys? At least that was visually impressive. What I managed to pull off. There's a question, why do I feel like watching Gangle Senna? I mean, I have no idea. Why do? What's the reason? What is the reason? I really don't get it.
I'll be your friend.
Okay. I really don't feel that it will be an easy encounter, guys, because there is this second group here. Hello. Yeah, I know. You guys are not happy about me at all. I think, guys, that we are going to save the game and we are going to try to tackle this encounter on the next stream. That is my perspective at this point, because it may take us way too long to figure this out, because there is some shady shit going on. Who are those guys? Okay, those are the cops checking something. Holy shit! Yeah, it's a coroner's. It's a coroner's. Yeah. It's a coroner's car. I see that. So that's the reason. Okay then. I think that this basically will conclude this. I'll just really quickly stand here so that we will all remember what we've been doing. We are here on the waterfront. And we are going to tackle that Maelstrom clinic. So I'll just save the game for us. And I will now really switch to the... I will now switch to the questions with you guys. Let me just really quickly pull up some interesting cyberpunk music. Just in the background. This you may actually recognize. This is Corpo Seduction by Marcin Przybyłowicz. Here you go. Guys, we have last 15 minutes of the stream, and it's been fun, I have to say. I will definitely right now just run through your questions and so on. Just check what interesting things you have. I'm finishing the game a second time now. This time I have a secret ending. I have 250 hours and the game is still worth to play more. I'm glad. I actually probably played this game more than 250 hours, and honestly I really have fun playing it. However, you know, it's a lot of fun to play with you. Actually, it's a bit different. I think it feels just a bit different. What is the difference between lead quest designer and quest director? It's a good question. So quest director on Cyberpunk, that was Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz, and lead quest designer was me. And basically we've been together leading the team. The director positions, those are the people that are way more, I would say, on a higher level. So the quest director in this case is normally like reviewing the whole game with the game director. They're discussing things and so on regarding like what they want and so on and so forth, while as a quest lead, I'm actually working more directly with a team, addressing the certain issues when, let's say, a quest designer in my team has a problem, like, let's say, a specific issue that they want to tackle and they don't know how. You know, sometimes it's a purely technical problem, so like implementation issue. Sometimes it's a design issue, so they don't know how to tackle this. You know, if there are sometimes issues that need to be, you know, handled by a whole department. So let's say, I don't know, the whole optimization topic and so on. That was something that, you know, I've been working on together with the quest team, but also with, of course, another department and so on. But as a quest lead, I'm like closer to the team, and we are basically responsible for really like making sure that the game is made well, right? While the directors are way higher level, they are just basically discussing like key direction decisions and so on. While on the lead level and on the quest design level, we are discussing, you know, how the quests are designed, what exactly choices you're doing, you know, how technically it's done and all that. So this is, I would say, the clearest and simplest division, but of course there's a ton of overlap, right? Like there were situations when, for instance, Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz, the quest director, he was reviewing certain quests and he was asking me, hey Paweł, we need a bit more emphasis put on this quest, you need to help these people on that topic, because basically, like, for instance, something requires a bit more attention, maybe topic is a bit more difficult and so on. And then I was setting you know, choosing that and choosing this as my focus, and then making sure that I do my absolute best to help out the quest designers to do it. And also, like, as a quest lead, I also have been implementing my own quests. You know, I've been you know, I designed and implemented a bunch of quests in Cyberpunk. Same for The Witcher 3 and expansions, actually. So this is a division. While the quest director, so Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz, he actually had way less time to have a direct work on the game. He however, he was doing some implementation work as well, just to be close to the team, close to the craft, you know, because it always just gives you so much more knowledge when you're involved even in those most important decisions regarding the game. But when you are close to the team and when you understand what are the typical daily problems and so on, this is very, very valuable. And I'm always like encouraging the leads and directors in our studio to actually do the work themselves, to actually just do the implementation design work themselves, so they know exactly how it feels really to be implementing, how it feels to be designing the game. So that's, I think, important. There's a question if I'm excited for Elden Ring. Yeah. Kind of. Like, you know, like, we still don't know that much, right, about the Elden Ring. So I'm just, you know, I'm just giving the From Software benefit of the doubt, and just I believe it's gonna be really a great game, and I'll definitely try it out. Maybe not directly after it's released, because I just, like, my list of shame, like my list of games to play is so long. That probably I won't be able to directly jump on it and play it, but I will try it out for sure. Yeah. Formal adagio, from a dev perspective, have enough players completed the main mission that you think it was the right decision to shorten the main story? A lot of games are so long these days, people seem to think quantity is quality. It's a good question. I think it was a right decision. To have the main story shorter in comparison to The Witcher 3. and put all that effort into side branches, into basically more paths. But there are things that we did well, I think, in Cyberpunk, and there are things that we didn't do well. Like for instance, we should have been way more clear with like telegraphing to the players certain choices and consequences of these choices. Because very often I see from the players like comments of like, hey, this choice doesn't make any difference. No, actually it does. It's just like you don't know where it is and you just didn't find it. And that's really it. And literally, like I've encountered multiple times people pointing out to me, hey, Pavel, this thing doesn't have any influence. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, literally, that's absolutely not true. The only problem is that sometimes those consequences are maybe too cosmetic, maybe they are not telegraphed enough, maybe they are not clear enough, maybe they're not big enough, right? So this is I would say the issue is in a slightly different place, right? As creators, we have tried to be a bit more subtle, I think, with Cyberpunk. I will give you an example. In Witcher 3, you had the flashbacks mechanics. And the way it worked was like, at some point, Geralt had this weird flashback going back with Dandelion narrating and saying, hey, this and that happened because Geralt decided to do this and this had that kind of consequences, right? It's the additional external thing from the game coming in to just make sure that we're very clear with telegraphing to you, hey, those are all the consequences of your choice, right? While in Cyberpunk, we don't really have this kind of consequences. And like, and sometimes it's just like, I see the players like commenting on, there's not enough non-linearities and so on. And I'm like, well, I mean, you can always say it about RPGs. You can always add more and so on. And sure, like as a game dev, as a quest designer, as a quest design lead, I would love to add even more, It's just always a matter of how much production time you have, right? Like I was talking about it multiple times on the stream. Like, would you guys want us to wait, want to wait like 10 years for a next game from us? Because that's literally what we are talking about, like, 7 or 8 years, right? Would you want to wait for? Because that's the thing. Like, there is a moment when you, as a creator, you have to look at what you have constructed, what you have built, and say, this is enough. This is good enough, right? And, like, I have a lot of observations and conclusions regarding, like, what worked well, what didn't in the narrative that we have constructed. But I have to say I'm fairly satisfied and fairly happy with the way we have built it. There's a ton of things that we have improved. Like, ton of things. I'm not questioning that at all. And what I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it and tell you, like, hey, no, actually everything's perfect, It's not at all. It's not at all. Like, I'm very conscious about the issues and problems, and I think as a creators, we normally have we are way more harsh towards our own creation rather than the players, right? Like it may look like that the players are very harsh and demanding when it comes to like amount of a feedback, let's say, and things that the players are pointing out that they are not happy with. But believe me, we are way more harsh with ourselves than you are with us. Like, that's the reality. And I think, like, if any of you, if it's actually any creator of any sort, you would know. There's a comment from Yato, 80 years too short. Well, as I said, like, the core of Cyberpunk team started working at the second part of 2016, guys. We've been very open about it. Like, I know that players like to point out that the trailer for Cyberpunk was released in 2012. So for you, it looks like 8 years. But as I said, like, from 2012 to 2012 to 2016, there was just a very small team working on the prototypes. That's not something that you can consider an actual production, right? That started when we have wrapped up the second expansion for The Witcher 3. Because, guys, believe me, expansions for The Witcher 3, they were massive. They didn't make themselves. Like, we do not have thousands of people capable to produce really high quality expansions for The Witcher and in the same time work in Cyberpunk. That's completely impossible. Like, nowadays, when we have grown so much, we have more people and it's becoming, I would say, maybe viable and something we can discuss. And of course, we've been talking about that fact openly, that we are planning to start that development from the next year, in parallel. and of course, you know, but right now we are discussing 2012, right? Like 2012, this is literally like we've been starting the design of The Witcher 3 at that time. So just please be reasonable. There was like bazillion comments, guys, from you. I'm very sorry that it took me so long to explain, but I prefer to explain it well and in detail rather than just skip stuff, because I think then it creates more confusion. So I just want to be sure that I'm giving the, you know, enough attention certain topics. There's a question what exactly I'm working on right now. Well, I mentioned this multiple times. On the streams that I'm working on the DLCs and patches for Cyberpunk and some other things that I cannot talk about yet, but I've been open about it, right? But a lot of us, like I would say just majority of us, is working on the you know, DLCs, free DLCs and patches. That's our primary objective, and you guys know it because that was on our roadmap. Thank you, Miracle Sound, for the comment. Pavel, your passion and enthusiasm towards the game are infectious. Thank you, I appreciate it. Squall Hacks, I finished Cyberpunk a couple of times. I didn't uninstall it because I'm waiting for more content. That's nice that you're waiting for more stuff. I mean, as I said, like patches and free DLCs are still in, you know, I would say on the way. I think that's the best word. I like the fact that consequences are semi-hidden in Cyberpunk. It makes the game... sorry, because the chat is going fast. It makes the game more engaging and it requires attention from players. Too much hand-holding the games is annoying. Yeah, I agree with you, Nexa 12. Like, that was basically our direction. It's just like... I think as a designer, you just need to be very careful about, like, pushing that boundary way too much on another side, you know? That's just important, you know. I think we need to learn how to find better balance between you know, telegraphing certain things to the players in a better way, and yeah, I think that would be just yeah. I think this is what I would wrap it up with. Creep Slasher Road, you can find Aaron again in Dino's Barn. He has interesting dialogue for you. Oh, cool. Okay, well, check it out. Thank you. And that's the thing, it's like I wouldn't know that, right? Like probably only open world designer who created that would know that, and of course, you know, the players who spend a lot of time and just knows all those things. There's a question if Witcher 4 is the other things. No, guys, I'm not commenting of anything regarding any other future projects. And you know that, like there's no confirmation whatsoever from me. Okay then, guys, I think that we will be slowly Gwent 2 confirmed. Are you excited about WitcherCon? Absolutely, absolutely I am. Absolutely I am. Okay then, guys, I think that that would be it. We'll be wrapping it up. First of all, I wanted to, you know, thank our moderators, Ayano, our UR producer. She's streaming as well, and you can check her in my recommended streamers. As always, she's our UI producer. And Sapphire. Sapphire is my girlfriend, and she's also our moderator. She's helping here every week, and I'm very thankful for it. And then aside from that, we have 3 Reds right now, at least that I'm seeing on the chat. We have Chivok, our customer support specialist. We have Stealthspell, our quest designer, and Miles Tost, our senior level designer, that you know probably all of them quite well at this point because they're with us all the time. So thank you so much. We'll see each other in a week from now at 8 p.m. CST. We'll continue playing. And I have to admit I had a lot of fun with you. Thank you so much. And I will leave you with some badass Cyberpunk music. Bye-bye.